So, a black Captain America, huh?
Damn right. We built this country. Bled for it. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it. Not after what everybody before me went through.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing out there? Thank you so much for tuning in to another movie news roundup show, Just My Opinion Reviews. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope you had a great day today. Hope you had and I'm not gonna lie, hold on, let me stop real quick. Let me stop. I'm out of breath. I was trying to run and get something real quick before the song went off, so that's throwing me off right now. And so, yeah, I had that little laugh right there, helped me out. But what's good, y'all? I hope you had a great day today. I hope you had a great weekend. Hopefully, your grocery shopping is done. Hopefully, your clothes are washed. Hopefully, your couch is cleaned. And if you're not working at home, you got to go into the office tomorrow. Hopefully, you have your clothes ironed, not just for tomorrow, but for the week. Yes, we are being proactive, baby. No, I hope you guys are chilling, relaxing. I hope you got some food, some libations, all of that good stuff. I hope you have your feet kicked up and you are relaxed to have a great show tonight with your boy, B. Avery. As you're coming on into the room, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. I see that we have 72 people watching right now, and that is a lovely, lovely thing. Let me see how many thumbs ups we have. If my phone would hurry up, we have 35. If we can double that, that will be great. A lot of people are really flustered and don't know what's going on because of the Jonathan Major situation with him being arrested and all of the allegations that's tied in with Marvel. And Victoria Alonso was fired about a week ago or less than a week ago. So that has to do with Marvel too. Those are two big topics that we're going to be discussing today, as you can see in the thumbnail and the title of this video. We're going to save that to the end. You can comment now if you want to. And I'm, of course, try to get to everybody's comment as best as I can. But for those juicy topics, you know, if you can, save it for later. Save it for later. Make sure you share the video. And if this is your first time here, I do this every Sunday, 6 o'clock p.m. CST. I compile all of the movie and television and entertainment news in one video, and I talk about it with myself, you guys, and sometimes I have guests, But let me go ahead and start shouting out you lovely people. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We got Gosh Child. Hello, Gosh Child. What's going on? Thank you so much for being here. ER's grandpa. Hi. What's going on, ER? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. 60 plus reviews. Happy Sunday. Hashtag jam overs. Man, yes. Praying for Mr. Jonathan Majors. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it. Aries Diamond. What's going on? Bel Air review too. We can talk about it briefly. I'm still one. I saw it actually today for the first time. I know it came out Thursday morning, but I may do a separate video for it. But you know, it just depends. You know, we'll see. But I'm definitely gonna continue talking about it. Sorry that that's late. Professor Film Fan, what's good? What's good? Thank you for being here. Hello, pretty girl. Hello. I don't believe the allegations. Yes, we're gonna talk about it. And they keep coming out. Stuff coming out today. Glorious Purpose. Hey everyone, happy Sunday. What's going on, Glorious Purpose? Thank you for being here. Well, Becca's in the building. Hey, how you doing? Miss Harper is in the building. Hello, ma'am. OG Moderator in the building. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. We got Marquise Irvin in the building. Good evening, y'all. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Melissa S is in the building. Jimmy U, what's going on? How you doing, Jimmy? Thank you for being here. Also got Phyllis Avery in the building. Mama Avery, hey. Wouldn't be nothing without you, Mom. Thank you so much for being here. Love you. Xavier Phoenix in the building. Let's make sure those thumbs up. KR Chris J 827. Hey, what's going on? Callow Zane in the building. What's up? We have Carol Fraz in the building. Hey, how you doing? Marcus Terry from Virginia. What's good? I love all these thumbs up, Melissa. Thank you. Let's see who else we got in here. Death Rocker, peace, Rabanan Mubarak. I'm probably butchering that, Death Rocker, but thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Chill Spot is in the building, aka Thor's Lucky Charm. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you, Chill Spot, for being here. Natalie's in the building. What's going on? Thank you so much. I really do appreciate the $1.99 super chat. Let's see. Let's start it off just like this right here.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay, I told you before.
Thank you so much, Natalie. Ran my first 5K today. Yes. Thumbs up is first 5K today. A thumbs up is easier. I bet it is. I bet it is. And congratulations, Natalie. That's what's up right there. Running them 5Ks. I'm proud of you, ma'am. I need to get out there myself. And again, thank you so much for being here and for the super chat. On my square, what's good? What's good? We got Miss R. Lilac, 1984 from Oklahoma. Hey, how you doing? And we got Cat Gamble in the building. I finally, yes, you caught alive. I love it. I love it. Thank you for being here. And we need E-Man on the horn for the J Majors News and leader of the Kane Gang. Tell me it's going to be all right. Hey, if you wanted to be here, let him know. But, you know, E-Man is a very, very busy man. But we'll see. Well, I'll put out the call in a second. We'll see. Play for Keeps 20. Salute, just my opinion. What's up? Devontae, thank you for being here. Eon, Dane C, what's going on? And also welcome to the Now. Yes, y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Wish these videos were shorter. Hey, I'm sorry, I think you mentioned that before, but I mean, it's a live stream unless you're talking about something else. But I do appreciate you being here, Excalibur. And what's up, Boy Versus? How you doing? Thank you for being here. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to thank you so much for tuning into the Movie News Roundup show number 99. Yes, guys, number 99. Can you believe it? Next week will be 100 shows. That's what's up. If this is your first time here, again, I do this every Sunday, 6 p.m. CST. Also live right now on YouTube at youtube.com/justmyopinion. Also twitch.com/justmyopinion. Still don't have my Facebook back, but if you would like to follow me on social media, you can. My handle's on the screen, and there's a ton of great information in the description box below with all of the topics that we're going to be discussing today with their respective links for you to read at your own leisure, whether you're watching now or in the replay. Please share the video, thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you're thinking. Also, if you would like an audio-only version of this podcast, there's a link for that in the description box below as well with buzzsprout.com. Yes, buzzsprout.com. I am on all of these platforms right here: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Overcast. You can see the screen, as well as SoundCloud. Yes, it's SoundCloud as well. And so if you want that audio only version, make sure you check out those links in the description box below. So you got another super chat from Sam. What up, fam? Looking forward to the live today. So I'm looking forward to talking about it, Sam, and thank you so much for the super chat. Got to give you a little video. Let's see here. Where is Mr. Bison at? Yes! Yes! Thank you so much for that, Sam. I really do appreciate it. And, you know, y'all was asking for a guest or two, so let me put out this call. Mr. Ron Burgundy, please, sir. I need your help.
News team, assemble! If I'm gonna do this, I'll need my news team at my side. News team, assemble! News team, assemble!
Ron, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Ron. And so I don't know. I put out the call. We'll see if anybody hears. We're just gonna have to see. And to all my lovely, lovely, lovely moderators out there, please, please, please.
Keep on back! Keep on back! Keep on back! Keep on back!
Let's protect that chat as best as we can. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the first topic of the day on the Movie News Roundup show. And also, if you're not aware, everything that we're going to be discussing today will be in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But you can see the background. It says Ghostbusters, and you can see the bottom of the screen, the banner. Looks like we have some casting. And I'm interested in this because I do like these two performers right here. And unfortunately, I did not see the first movie, but I heard nothing but good things. But this is topic number 1 today from Deadline. Kumail Nanjiani and Patton Oswalt among newest additions to cast of Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. Interesting. And again, guys, if you are watching this via live or in the replay, there is a link down to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. Deadline has the exclusive. Kumail Nanjiani and Patton Oswalt, comedian James Acaster, and Emily Allen Lynn have joined the cast of the live-action sequel to Pictures' hit film Ghostbusters Afterlife. Gil Kenan is directing, and the previous picks cast included Paul Rudd and Carrie Coon will return as the setting shift to the original films New York City and Firehouse. Jason Reitman, who directed the 2021 pick, will move into the writer-producer role alongside Cole Keenan and Jason Bloomfield. Not much is known about the sequel, but sources say the plan is return to New York City and the iconic firehouse made famous in the original Ghostbusters films. It is slated for release December of this year. It's been a high priority for Sony to get a sequel in production after Ghostbusters Afterlife. The sequel to the iconic 1984 film became a hit with its November 2021 opening. Directed and co-written by Reitman and executive produced and co-written by Keenan, the pick opened as the pandemic was winding down with strong results that included a $44 million opening weekend. The film went on to make $200 million worldwide. And if you want to continue to read on, again, you can. There's a link to that in the description box below. But yeah, it did pretty well. $204 million worldwide. And actually, let me try to see what the production budget for this was. You know me. I always like those budgets. Oh, let's see. Okay. Ghostbusters Afterlife production budget. $75 million. That is wonderful. That's wonderful right there. So was that 225, 3 times that? So yeah, it did okay. It did good. $200 million worldwide. It did much more than breaking even. You know, so 75 times 3, 225. That's what it had to make worldwide for the studios to be like, not only did we break even, but we made a respectable profit and didn't waste our time. 200 million. That's enough for me to make a sequel. Hopefully they don't balloon the budget to like $200 million, which I don't think they will. That would be crazy. But, you know, maybe another 25 million. We'll see, or just keep it at 75. But as far as how its reception, out of 308 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics, it has a 63%. 63% said they liked it. And so 94% from the audience. And so I really can't comment on it too much because I haven't seen it, but the people that I know, you know, said nothing but good things. But are you excited about Kumail Nanjiani and Patton Oswalt joining the cast with Paul Rudd and the rest of his Ghostbusters team for the sequel? Let me know in the comment section. We have Ian, love me some Ghostbusters. That's what's up. I love them too. Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna? That was like a remix I heard like 10 years ago. Got another one from Natalie. From the 99 2000s, what's the move for number 100? I don't know. Maybe there will be a move. Maybe it will be a surprise. We're just gonna have to see if I'm understanding your super chat correctly. But thank you, Natalie. Again, I do appreciate it. Let's see here. What's up, SJ? What's going on? Let's see here. Who is excited about Ghostbusters? What's going on, Torian? How you doing, sir? I appreciate you coming through. Let's see. Anybody still haven't seen Afterlife as well? Okay. I got you. Let's see here. It was an all right movie. Okay. Let's see here. Oh man, that's I don't know if I can say that comment, Brill David, but what's going on, man? How you doing? I'm gonna keep it G-rated or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I like Camille Najjiani and I like Patton Oswalt. He was pretty good as the Eternal guy, and the Eternal guy. I said it like I don't know what I'm talking about. But Patton Oswalt is funny to me. He's funny. I like his old school. Remember when Disney bought Star Wars, and they was like, we're gonna get a sequel trilogy, and he came up with the whole plot. It was a joke, but like how this can cross over, just stuff like that is funny to me, and I like his sense of humor. I like both of them, and so yeah, you also got a man of color right here too. So you guys let me know whether you're watching this via live or on the replay. If you are excited about Camille Najjiani and Patton Oswalt joining Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think this is a good thing, even though I haven't seen the first one, but I'm just going to go ahead and, count on it being good because, I've heard nothing but good things. But again, you guys let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And also don't forget there's that link down there as well. But let's go ahead and move on over to topic number two. What are we going to be talking about for topic number 2?
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
All right, guys. Well, y'all know what that means. We have a guest backstage. Let's see who it is.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. Indingo Indidaka! Unyanaka Njobu! I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. Nah, I'm your king. Come on.
Yes, it is the rightful ruler of Wakanda, Larry, aka Mr. Killmonger. With Today I Feel Like. How you doing, sir? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you doing? Did I miss it? Did you already talk about these?
Which one? Blockbuster?
No, these.
I'm not gonna reply to that. No, try that on somebody else, sir. Try that on somebody else. This is what you get with Mr. Larry. No, you doing all right though, man?
Yeah, man. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, man. Now that you're here, people in the chat excited that you're here as well, calling you the legend and all that good stuff. So
I see it. D-Weave.
I do appreciate it. Yes. Some vets in here, some vets. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Mr. Larry with Today I Feel Like. Yeah, if you love this guy and everything he has to say, his social media handles on the screen. His information is in the description box of this video. And like always, he is on my channel tab right there on the top row, kind of towards the right. So show this guy some love. Help him get to 60,000 subscribers. I think he'll really appreciate that.
It's been a slow crawl, man.
You're going to get there, sir. You're going to get there. So, Larry, we got this second topic of the day, man. You're right on time. I'm pretty sure you remember Blockbuster, right?
I do. That used to be my joint.
Okay, yeah. A lot of nostalgic memories right there. It's kind of sad what happened to him, but that's kind of just how the quick cookie crumbles. But word on the street is some speculation at least, that they may be making a comeback. And so I don't know how that can work, but we're going to talk about it briefly. But topic number 2 right here from Bloomberg. And also, since I don't have a subscription, we're going to be looking at this on USA Today. It says late fees, popcorn, and the 90s fans in a frenzy after discovering Blockbuster website is live. And it's look at some key points. Fans recently discovered the company's website has been updated. Customers now think the company is being revived and has shared numerous memories involving the movie rental business. A look at online archive shows that the website has undergone minor changes over the past few months, but there's no confirmation on any revival in the works. And so the company's website appears to tease something without giving away too much information at all. When visiting the site, users are greeted with the company's iconic ticket stub logo with the words, "We are working on rewinding your movie." And I'm real curious. Let me know in the chat if there's somebody young enough that does not know what a VHS tape is. I'm just curious. that would be interesting, But the site prompted some people to recall the late fees customers incurred if they dared to return their movie past its due date. Others remember the frustration of not finding the movie they wanted to rent. Remember when you had to rent a new movie when it was out? Tweeted one social media user. So you started looking behind each DVD box just to make sure. LOL. And yeah, we all remember that. It makes me realize how mundane moments of our lives will be soon. Nostalgic and iconic, wrote another Twitter user. How they felt permanent but only temporary. We didn't know at the time we were living in it. So yeah, guys. Again, there's a couple of more lines of that, and the article is in the description box below to read at your own leisure. But Larry, what does this mean? We are working on rewinding your movie, and why would they redo the website? Why would they? What's going on? What you think, sir? What you think?
I don't know, man. When I read this article, they said that Blockbuster has a history of trolling people on their social media and putting out all kinds of stuff. But it's interesting. They said in the article that there was an attorney who pitched an idea about having like these elite sort of small 8 to 10 person theaters that you can rent from, like have like a Blockbuster theater and have them, you can rent it and then go and watch various movies in there. And I thought that sounds like a really, really great idea. Right now, if you want to rent a theater, it's kind of expensive if you want to rent out a whole theater for a screening. But if you had something small, like 8 to 10 people, and you can have first run movies in there, that would be kind of dope. That would be kind of dope if they created Blockbuster theaters around the country that are like that, very luxurious, small, premium food, drinks, all that. That would be kind of dope.
Yeah. What's the what is the I keep forgetting you're in Virginia, correct?
Yeah.
What is like? Do y'all have like a luxurious theater chain? Here, I think the best one is like, I think this place called Cinnanopolis or something. Do y'all got something like that?
I'm not sure if we have a Cinnanopolis. I know our AMC has, our AMC at the Tyson's Corner Mall has some very nice stuff where you can go in there. They have all the food and drinks. They have a restaurant inside where you can order food. So they do have a nice theater. I have been to one of those really premium theaters in LA. It's not quite like that, but it's closer to it. It's closer to that than the old way. So
gotcha. Okay. Well, there you go, guys. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
I really like, I used to work at a video store when I was in college. I used to work at, I can't remember the name of the store now. It was sort of a local chain that probably had about 15 or 20 stores throughout Southern California. But it was, I think it was like, I can't remember the name of it. But one thing that I missed about working or having video stores is that there were people there that were really like serious movie aficionados, and they could tell you about all kinds of different movies that you would have never have thought about or heard of or ran into. Like you may, now how you have maybe Netflix and they recommend stuff to you and they have the algorithm trying to get it right. There are people out there that were basically the human algorithms that can say, hey, you just watched, Reservoir Dogs. You might really like this movie also. Or you watched this movie with this actor. You might really dig this work he did. And then you say, okay, I'll check it out. And 9 times out of 10, you're like, holy crap, that was awesome. I would have never seen that if it wasn't recommended to me by this person. And I feel like the algorithms, the electronic algorithms, don't always get it right. Most of the time, I feel like they get it really, really wrong. So I really miss that about these movie rental stores.
Yeah. Also, that came afterwards. I remember, they was talking about was it Redbox going under, and I was like, damn, I guess there's no more, but I still see them out, like in front of grocery stores, CVS. Things of that nature. But yeah, man, if you was going to Blockbuster, bro, you knew you was gonna have a good night.
Yeah.
And you didn't take it for granted either. We take what we have for granted now with streaming, like, oh, I'll watch it when I get to it, I'll watch it later, or you always falling asleep. Nah, you knew that you had to get that movie back. What the hell? I got to troll. Somebody can help me out with that.
Unfortunately, it's unfortunate for this troll. If they had just dropped one message, it probably would have got through. I don't think most people are opposed to that message, but you can't go trolling it with any message.
Right on. What was I saying? Yeah, you didn't take it for granted. We'll watch something half sleep and like, okay, finish it the next day or the next week or whatever. But no, you was committed because you didn't want to pay that late fee. You had to take it back. And you had
to rewind if you were on a VHS versus a DVD.
Yes. So Blockbuster, I don't know. Go ahead.
That was the other thing too. You had to get there. Like if you knew you wanted to watch the latest new release, you didn't go home first and ask, hey, what movie do you want to watch? You went straight to Blockbuster from work. You went straight from work to Blockbuster, and you may have called once you got there, you know, or you
Yes,
just
sir.
grabbed the new release because you were like, I don't want to take the risk of going home, getting something to eat, going to Blockbuster, and then it's all out because they will go fast. The new releases will go fast.
This is true. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you, this is the official blockbuster.com website right here. It's just an image with the logo. We are working on rewinding your movie. I mean, they have to be doing this for something. The question is just what it is, and whatever you think it is, please let us know down in the comment section below. And again, there is a link to that in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. But now, let's go ahead and move on to topic number 3.
Uh-oh.
And let's see here. What happened to my article?
This is still in the safe zone.
What you mean?
We haven't got to the saucy stuff yet.
Oh, no, we haven't. And hold on, y'all give me a second. I closed my article on accident. 1 billion.
Well, while you look for it, I will tell you when I was in college, when I worked at that video store, that was the time that I can't remember the actress's name. She's a mainstream actress now. She was in Blade, the original Blade, I think, but she was an adult film star before she went mainstream. I think it was like Tracy something, or I can't remember. Anyways, apparently it came out that when she was making her movies, she was under 18 and she had a fake ID, and apparently she was able to use this fake ID. And so at the time when it came out, it was I think it was a bunch of teenagers working there. So but I was in college, so I was already 18. I think I might have been 18 or maybe 19. I think I was 18 though. And it was me and one other girl, and we had to go through the adult section, which had probably thousands of movies in there. We had to go through every single box and look at the box and go through, and we had to check the cast and find if she was in this movie. And then if she was, we had to pull that tape off the shelf. But we literally were in there for days, just she and I going through those movies one by one, searching the cast members. It was crazy. Somebody put it, Brian Andrews said Tracy Lords, right? I think of it.
Sure, you made some great memories there, sir. That's what's up. Topic number 3. This is Yahoo News. I'm gonna have to put this link in the description. This may make you happy, Larry. Apple to spend $1 billion making movies for theaters, matching Amazon report. Huh? Do you have an Apple account?
I do. Okay. I've had one from the very beginning.
Okay. According to a new report from Bloomberg, the tech behemoth plans to spend $1 billion a year to produce movies that will be released in theaters, and has already approached movie theater studios about partnering on certain titles, for releasing this year and in the future. Although plans are still being finalized, the company wants to air movies in thousands of theaters for at least 1 month. Now, Larry, I know you're going to be happy about that since you don't like the 90-day thing, but I'm gonna get you in a second. Bucking his previous strategy of streaming exclusives and limited box office releases. Potential films including Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon. I don't know if you ever heard of this book. I've heard nothing but crazy things about it, and I think Leonardo DiCaprio is going to be in it. I have the book. I haven't read it yet, but what it's about is like I think like how decades ago the FBI, some nefarious people would go into the natives' land and marry the women, have their children, have children, and then kill the families just so they can inherit the land or the resources or something like that. And like the FBI got involved. It's pretty crazy. And so
that sounds crazy.
Yeah. The report sent shares of theater. So that's one of the movies that they're speaking of. The
I
report
just pulled
sent
it up
shares
on my Audible thing, so I can add it to my list so I can listen to it.
Yes, do that. The report sent shares of theatrical giants like AMC, IMAX, and Cinemark higher early traders on Thursday. Apple did not immediately respond to Yahoo Finance's request for comment, but the report comes after Apple rival Amazon formulated similar plans to invest $1 billion to produce 12 to 15 movies a year exclusive for theaters. Amazon closed its $8.5 billion deal to acquire MGM earlier last year. And I have this quote: Now that streaming has begun to mature, the pendulum is certainly swinging back and toward a balance as these distributors see the kind of success they've been leaving on the table with an all-in approach to streaming. Sean Roberts, chief analyst at Box Office Pro, told Yahoo. More streamers committing to the lucrative theatrical window will also help fill calendar gaps for cinemas in Robin's view. Larry, I am very curious, sir. What do you think about this? Let me know. I want to point out I'm just going to guess that you're excited about the 1 month thing instead of it being like 75 days or 90. But how you feeling, sir?
Yeah, man. I mean, it seems like a natural progression for Apple TV, you know, because they have, you know, they've been already, I wouldn't say just dipping their toe in. They've just jumped in a really good way. They haven't gone in like Netflix where where the site is just polluted with all types of content, but they have created some really, really great content. I mean, their shows have been winning Emmys left and right with like Ted Lasso and The Morning Show. That new show they have out called Shrinking is really fantastic. They have some really, really high quality content on Apple TV Plus. And so, yeah, I mean, to have them go to the theaters, I expect nothing less. I think they're only going to put out really, really great stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if Apple at some point, since they've lifted those restrictions that it used to be that studios can't also own theaters, since that law has since expired, I believe. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Apple theaters sometime in the future. And they can just really make it simple for people. Like you don't have to go and buy tickets or pay for your popcorn. You just walk in. I mean, you have to pay for it. You just simply walk in and everything can be charged to your Apple ID. You just walk in and you have an iPhone and it scans, everything goes. You want some popcorn, you just grab it, scan it, go, you're done. You know? Yeah,
that I can definitely see something like that too in the future. In certain neighborhoods, you know, that's crazy. I mean,
think about it. Think about it. If you go to a movie theater, most of the, like with the exception of like popcorn and drinks and stuff, right? Most of the time, if you're buying like the candy, they get the candy for you. You could use a vending machine for that, where you grab your iPhone, boom, scan it, and your candy just drops out of the vending machine. You're good to go. You don't need to go wait in line and oh damn, I'm about to miss my movie because I got to wait in this line. No, you just go get it and be on your way.
You know how like some neighborhoods have the HOA fees. You know, if certain neighborhood, I don't know, however many homes, X number of homes, and then you have your local shopping center and then your Apple theater, but then everybody in the surrounding neighborhood is like required to pay the Apple thing. You know, maybe required is not the most attractive word, but I think you get it. And, you know, you just have your little local theater next to the grocery store or in your shopping center, and you know, you just walk in, kind of like, you know, you go into a gym, you just pull up your app and you scan it and walk in, and it just, like you said, it just out of your Apple ID. Who knows, man? The past 3, 4, 5 years, nobody knew any of this was coming for the most part. So, you know, there you go, right there, Larry.
It is definitely interesting, and it's good to see that Apple is not allowing itself to get left behind, because, you know, I feel like some of these media companies, they've decided to make moves, but they've made moves a little too late. And I think Apple's I think their timing is really good right now, because we're going through another consolidation period where you had all these, first you had a few streaming services and everybody wanted to get in, and then people weren't sure that everybody got in, and there was too much saturation. And then you realized, okay, well, this company doesn't need to have 5 different streaming services for each one of their outlets. So they consolidated them all into one. And now you just have a few of them again, and people are consolidating. And I think this is a good time for Apple to jump in on the theater thing.
Right on, right on. Before we move on to the next topic, I just want to hit the super chat real quick from JoJo 499. Just FYI, the lady accusing Jonathan Majors has now recanted her story after the video evidence and the taxi driver saying her claims are false. Thank you so much, JoJo, for the super chat. Of course, we have our commentary, but we're going to save our commentary for the end of the show when we're going to be addressing that topic. But I didn't want your super chat to expire. So thank you. And we will address that when we get to that topic. And if you're just now coming, all the topics are in the description box below, and we're going to talk about them in that order. Also from D Horn, $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really, really do.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay.
Already, I love it. You guys are really keeping the lights on. And just back to the Apple, if you guys want to read this below, it's in the description box for you to do that at your own leisure. Now, Larry, have you seen what is that movie called? Joker. Have you seen the Joker movie?
I have, yeah.
What did you think about it?
I liked it. It was a strange movie. I really enjoyed Joaquin Phoenix's performance. You know,
so did I. He knocked it out the park. I've only seen that
strange though, and I feel like I need to watch it again because I feel like we were talking about it one day on your show with Eman, and he said some things that made me think like, well, damn, maybe I didn't understand this movie at all.
Yeah, I need to see it again too. I've only seen it once because it freaked the hell out of me. Because Joaquin Phoenix did such a great job in the role. Of course, we all know it made a hell of a lot of money. A rated R comic book movie made over $1 billion back in 2019.
As I said, all DC's villain movies do well. They're all good. It's the superhero movies that suck.
And it was received well from the critics too. We got the numbers right here, so that's great. But we're talking about this sequel right here for topic number 4 coming from Deadline. Lady Gaga turns heads in New York City as Harley Quinn in first look for Joker Folie à Deux, if I'm saying that correctly. And I have a little video that we can share as well of the filming. You guys hit a 1 in the chat if you can hear this. Well, Larry, what do you think about that, sir? Not much, but it could be something. I really don't know how you feel about the Joker. This could be the best thing in the world for you. But Margot Robbie is not back. We have Lady Gaga now as Harley Quinn. Does this get you excited, man? Like, what are you thinking? Like, they got some sign. You got in the crowd. They had signs that were saying "Free Joker." Also talking about Harvey Dent as well, so he may pop up in the sequel, man. But does this get you excited, or does it not do much for you? Let me know, sir. Let me know.
No. And here's the thing, and I know the women are probably gonna hate me for this, but here's the thing: Lady Gaga is just not hot enough to be Harley Quinn. That's just what it is. I mean, in the comics, in the animated series, in the movies, Harley Quinn is supposed to be redonkulous. She's supposed to be hotter than hot. That's one of the reasons why, she's so disarming, is because she is crazy hot, and people constantly underestimate her because she is hot, and then she ends up beating and killing folks as a consequence. But I mean, when you look at Margot Robbie and then you look at Lady Gaga, they're just two different levels on hotness. Now, I'm not saying that Lady Gaga is not a fantastic actress. We saw her when she was in, the singer movie that she did. She was really great in that. She's done a few other things where she's been good, but I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of great actresses out there, but sometimes you have to be great and you have to be hot to play a certain role. It is what it is.
I got you. You know, I don't care. I'm just on the fence about it. It's and yeah, beauty is subjective, but it doesn't really matter to me. And so I like her. I don't look at her that way, but I like her as an artist and a performer, entertainer. And so we'll see.
Yeah, but do you see her? Do you see her with, with daddy's little monster shirt on and little booty shorts and being sexy? I don't see that for her. I don't see her like that. She's like, I see her as like this experimental avant-garde type of artist. I don't see her as like a bombshell, and that's one of the things about Harley Quinn. She needs to be a bombshell.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think in the comment section? Are you excited about Lady Gaga's addition to the cast? Does it not do anything for you? Let us know in the comment section below. I'm curious to know.
What do you think about her?
I mean, your comments, I hear what you're saying, but I never thought about it that way. I just didn't look at her that way. When I hear Lady Gaga, I'm like, okay, cool, it's Lady Gaga, but I wasn't like comparing the two. It just really, I don't care who shows up, whether it's one or the other. It really doesn't matter to me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not upset or happy. It's just, it is what it is.
Okay.
And so I feel like I got something wrong with talking about this. I'm trying to
Jojo says I have jungle fever from Margot Robbie.
Yeah. Margot Robbie is.
I'll just tell you, I have jungle fever for quite a few people. I'd take jungle fever for Angelina Jolie. She's a blazer to me too. A few of them out there.
And yeah, I know it's not the same universe. That's what I knew. My judgment was clouded somehow, but
is it really Robert Pattinson universe?
No, that's another one. And so yeah. Jojo, oh wow, Larry, you got Uncle John. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jojo, for the super chat. Do appreciate it. But yeah, guys, you let us know what you think down in the comment section below. Because like I said before, we're dying to know, and there's a link to that in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. Now, Larry, where you at on the John Wick franchise, man?
I haven't seen the one that just came out a couple days ago, but I've seen all the others.
Okay, what you think
about all the others?
Yeah.
Oh, they're dope. I mean, it's one of those franchises that is ridiculously fun to watch. It is way over the top. It's one of those things that I hope to God no one ever takes seriously, because it is just that ridiculous. It's one of those things where, some movies people say you have to suspend your disbelief. This is one of those movies where you can't go in with any belief. You just have to go in with just pure, love for movie magic and have fun with it, because it's complete and utter ridiculousness how much death and mayhem is going on, and how much someone could get beat. The human body can only take so much damage, and the idea that someone's going to go in there and do all the things that he's done under all the conditions that for which he's done them is ridiculous. So you have to just sort of throw all that to the side and just have fun with the franchise.
That was my only gripe with part 4 and part 3. But yeah, we're going to be talking about it, of course, because it's doing hella great at the box office. I've seen it twice. I still need to get my review for this will be up tomorrow, but I do have a fresh out of the theater reaction. But this is topic number 5 coming from the Hollywood Reporter.
Super chat.
Oh, I'll get it in a second. But thank you. Actually, I'll get it now. Actually, I'm sorry. Dane C. Quote from Larry: Harley has to be a bad biatch.
I didn't say that. Fake news.
Thank you, Dane C, for the super chat. I do appreciate
Fake news. I didn't say that.
But topic number 5, John Wick Chapter 4 annihilates Shazam 2 with $73.5 million US box opening, returning Keanu Reeves in titular role. The 4th installment in the hit action franchise scored a franchise best start in North America and opened to more than $137 million globally. This is amazing. Domestic 3,800 theaters after earning glowing reviews from an A cinema score from audiences. Globally, it got 64 million from 71 markets internationally, and like I said, 137.5 million worldwide. And the budget, I'm glad you asked, Larry. I have it right here. Let me just start off from the beginning. The first one, it was $20 to $30 million for John Wick 1 back in 2014. The budget for John Wick 2 was 40 million. The budget for John Wick 3 is 75 million.
Right.
And the budget for part 4 right now is $100 million. They kind of shot it up. So, you know, the rule of 3 over here, it will need to, in my opinion, make at least 300 million worldwide if the budget is 100 million for it to be a respectable profit. And like the studio feel like they didn't waste their time, but I think it'll hit that. I do.
It'll probably hit that. I don't know if they've done. I know how you often calculate this whole thing out with the rule of 3, but I don't like. Generally, with that, you would have to assume that they spent at least 100 million for marketing. I don't think they spent that much in marketing on this movie. I think the marketing campaign on this movie was really sort of subdued, to say the least. It wasn't really in your face, and I think a part of that is because you have such a huge fan base for John Wick. I don't think they needed to put it out there that much.
I got you. What's up, Struggles? Thank you for being here, man. Thank you. Y'all subscribe to this young lady as well. Information in the description. I don't think they spent that much on the budget as well. I don't know exactly what it is because they normally don't release that information. It's you know, just seldom times, but I think it'll be good, man. I saw it early and I saw it again yesterday. I enjoyed it except for the criticism I had earlier. Right there, 95 and 95, man. That's what's up right there for the chapter 4. You know, not the first one, not the second one, but chapter 4. So people are not getting sick of this, man. I just want to see.
See, I think it's a little bit easier for movies like John Wick to get those high audience scores and high, you know, critic scores because they're not trying to be something that they're not. They know what they are, and they are giving you exactly that. They're not trying to be something lofty and whatever, and they're not trying to be super low brow either. They're just trying to give you good movie fun, and I think people appreciate that.
This is true. I agree. And yeah, you can see, man, it's gone up. You know, 86, 89, 89. The Rotten Tomato score has gone up with each film. That's thrown off. That's
crazy.
Yeah, that's you know. And of course, I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you've seen the movie, and kind of like with every John Wick, you can say to yourself, okay, it can end now or keep going. And I think that with John Wick 4, it can end now or keep going. And so I'm excited about that. Hopefully they keep it going. Hopefully they do. Got a super chat right here from Mr. Eman. Man, you know, I would do the dub for the 20, but it's Eman. I know he likes this right here. My brother, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Okay, I'll give them both.
Yo, youngins don't know nothing about that.
Man, thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it. $20 super chat. Jonathan Majors was trying to buy NBC. Hashtag free Kang. Hashtag Kang Gang. All of the above. Yes, I cannot wait till we get to that topic because there's so much to talk about. And I can't wait. Yeah, E-Man, it was calling for you. That was like, hey, man, we need E-Man in here, you know, for the show. But of course, y'all, this is E-Man with E-Man's movie reviews, king of hashtag recast a child as well. His information is in the description box.
Recast Jonathan Major's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, get her out. Well, we're gonna wait.
I don't know what happened.
We're gonna wait. But his information is in the description box below. And he's also on my channel tab as well. E-Man again, my brother. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Let's see what's going on. And congrats, Torian, on 60,000 subscribers, my brother. Congrats. But let's see here. Struggles. I love the John Wick movies. It's a throwback to 80s, 90s action stars. Sometimes you just want to see some stylized whoop ass. Yes, I love it. Wu-Tang. She also covers Wu-Tang on her channel, y'all. But Tyra, thank you for the lovely comment. And again, guys, if you're watching this via live or on the replay, there's a link down to this in the description box below. for you to read at your own leisure. And now, since we was talking about John Wick's box office, I still kind of want to talk about some box office with Shazam 2 or Shazam Fury of the Gods. And it is not doing too hot right now. And also the director has some commentary too about this. But yeah, let's see here what he has to say. Shazam Fury of the Gods director surprised with film criticism. Reveals he is definitely done with superheroes. Dun dun dun. This is from Deadline. And guys, there's a link to this in the description box below as well for you to read at your own leisure. Sandberg took to Twitter to note that he had just gotten his lowest critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, which stood at 52% at the time of this post. The filmmaker also noted that the superhero sequel had the highest audience score on the same film with 88%. I wasn't expecting a repeat of the first movie critically, but I was still a little surprised because I think it's a good film. Oh, well, he tweeted. It got a 90% in 2019, and I have that right here. Yeah, 2019, it got a 90 and 82 from the audience, and 51 and 87% from the audience. And so it went up 5% from the audience and a lot more down for the sequel. And so that's unfortunate, but I've always been saying for a while now, I'm very eager to get back to horror, because he was a horror director, as well as trying some new things. After 6 years of Shazam, I'm definitely done with superheroes for now, he added. And so, yeah, he's upset. The director said he was disconnected from the superhero discourse online. It has stressed him out. Just to be clear, I don't regret even for a second making the Shazam movies. I've learned so much and gotten to work with some truly amazing people. Will forever be grateful that I got to direct 2 of these. They've been very challenging but valuable experiences. On one thing I've really been looking forward to, disconnecting from the superhero movies discourse online. A lot of stretches me out so much, and I will be nice not to have to think about that anymore. And so also one of the actresses in the film, Rachel Zegler, and I heard other people raving about her, Larry, but I didn't care for her role. Hey, Outfilm is really good, but mostly just absolutely love making it, and people I met with doing so. Go see it, give it a chance. We have an 85% score for a reason. Some people out there are just being senselessly mean, and it's unnecessary. And I know if you can't handle the heat and all of that nonsense, and you're right, but our film is actually very good. It's just cool to hate on fun nowadays. That's okay. We're good. And look, all things are subjective, but people just didn't like the movie as much, and it's
let me ask you.
Well, go ahead.
Do you think the movie was as bad as people are saying it is, or the critics are saying it is, or do you think the movie was just marketed wrong? Because I feel like this movie was marketed as like a traditional superhero movie, and yet I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. But from everything that I've heard from people who have seen the movie, they say that it's very much a kid's film, and it was marketed as a traditional superhero movie, which is often marketed towards men between the ages of like 25 and 40. And so I think that if you market it towards that audience and then you have a kids film, you're going to get a different reaction from the people.
Yeah, I did enjoy the movie. I didn't think it was horrible. I gave it a positive rating. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10, but it was a step down for me. And you're absolutely right. It was for children. It was better in the first half of the film, but afterwards I just was like, I don't care what's going on. It was very bland and just mundane, and just it just wasn't as good, man. One of my main things I was like, you have to, nothing is taken seriously. Like you just don't care. I mean, the world is coming to an end and everybody's making jokes and Harlem shaking, and I'm exaggerating on that part, but it just wasn't what that was, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, pay away. What's up, Sharronda? The movie wasn't even bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't brag about it, it wasn't trash. And y'all shout out to Sharronda. Her information is in the description box below as well, and she's on my channel tab. Thank you, ma'am.
You
Appreciate
might want
the
to call
thumbs up,
Jonathan
too.
Majors. I heard he's single now.
Ha, ha, ha.
We caught it on film.
And,
you know,
and
caught on film. He was
congratulations,
checking
ma'am.
for you.
I know
He was-
you are
he was
smiling
checking you,
ear to
so
ear.
you know.
Yes. Jonathan Majors leveled them cheeks. It had its issues, but it wasn't as bad as they said it did. Right on, right on. If they gave Thor Love and Thunder positive scores, then they have no choice to. Oh, I like Thor Love and Thunder more than Shazam Fear of the Gods.
Yeah.
Eman.
All DC superhero movies suck though.
It wasn't bad, but
Most
yeah.
of them. I shouldn't say all. Most of them.
Yeah. But man, it's sucking ass at the box office though. Jeez Louise. And so let's see here. The first one, I got that. Okay. First one I remember. Yeah, budget $100 million. Okay, and it made 367 worldwide. So 3 times, that's cool. You know, very profitable. Studios happy, unknown property, all that. The budget for this, I already remember from last week. It was 125. And it went up, and now it's at 102 worldwide. But if I scroll down just a little bit here, if I look at the domestic weekend, damn, this was already crap. A $30 million opening weekend, but it had a 67% drop, nearly 70, and it didn't make nothing the first time. 9.7. This is awful. This will not make more than $200 million worldwide. It may not even make 150. And so yeah, you got John Wick this weekend. What you got next weekend? Dungeons and Dragons.
That's out now, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think that's next week. I could be wrong. I can try to look that up real quick. And then you got the Mario movie that's coming out soon.
That should do well.
Oh hell yeah! That's unless the movie sucks. That's gonna be a banger right there. It looks off the chain. What am I looking up right now? Oh yeah, the
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, well yeah, the what's coming up. So movies, release calendar. So let's look at this real quick. So today is the 26th. So yeah, Dungeons and Dragons is next week. Tetris, 1001. I missed my screening for that. And then after that, I don't know what that is. What's the next? What is this?
How does Bruce Willis have a movie coming out?
April 2nd. Well, he probably shot that a long time ago. So,
I read somewhere they had to punch his lines in line by line because of his condition. I was thinking to myself, how do they have this man working? Where is? That's why social services gets called on people.
So yeah, and then Air, and then Super Mario's is right after that. I want to see both of those, and so they got some horror movies. I know Tyra and Elliot gonna be on that, and so yeah, man, this is awful for this box office. This
blood-covered chocolate. Oof.
Yeah, this
I don't even
sucks.
know what that is, but it doesn't sound like anything I want to see.
Yeah, so I didn't even see that. So, guys, did you see Shazam: Fury of the Gods in theaters? Let us know. You know, did you if you did see it, did you go to Rotten Tomatoes and give it a positive rating or say that you liked it? Because it needs all the help it can get. You know, so
I'm not even sure if I shouldn't say. I was gonna say I'm not even sure if I'm gonna see it when it comes on streaming. I'm sure I will when it hits HBO Max. I'm sure I'll watch it because it'll be there. I already have access to it, but it's nothing I'm looking forward to. Not even in the slightest bit, man.
Really?
I didn't like the first one.
You tripping. It's all good though. But again, guys, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link down to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. And Larry, I'm pretty sure you heard of this show right here. Everybody hates Chris. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know me, I love to sing. This is topic number 7, I think. If I got the number wrong, my bad. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. This is Tyler James says everybody hates Chris. Producer told him he would probably never work again. Ha! Looks like he was wrong about that. I was like, holy shit. You really just looked at me and said that? The Abbott Elementary star recalled. Again, guys, there's a link down to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. The Abbott Elementary star rose to fame as a teen playing Chris on the hit show that ran from 2005 to 2009. But after the series ended, the actor faced the pressure of trying to escape being stuck playing only teenage roles, something that many child stars face. He even claimed in a GQ profile published Wednesday that Everybody Hates Chris Patusa told him, "I'll never see you as anything else, and you'll probably never work again. That sucks." I was like, holy shit, you're really just gonna look at me and say that? He said, noting to the producer, and that he may have been joking, but took it seriously. Once the series ended, Williams on a mission to find his footing in Hollywood as a young adult, even taking a hiatus until the right projects came his way. "I realized that at 17, I didn't like the road I was on," the actor told the publication. "So I decided to stop and pivot. I got a really good acting coach and turned down every single thing I was offered." That's really interesting. After some time, he got a starring role in Dear White People and later made some appearances on The Walking Dead and Criminal Minds. He also accepted parts of The Wedding Year and The United States versus Billie Holiday. But as he reflects on the time in the industry as a child, it was traumatic. He continued, "I still get triggered by things that are part of everybody else's childhood. Every time someone comes up to me, regardless of what it is, they recognize me for what they says to me in the moment is that I'm seen. I've had to be on immediately because someone's watching." So that's cool. So then he said he goes to therapy to help on building boundaries in his life. Shout out to therapy. As he continued to look for his next project, he likely didn't expect what was next for him, since he said he tried to avoid network TV, especially sitcoms. But when Quinta Brunson, the creator and actress in Abbott Elementary, called and said he had written the role of Gregory Eddy with him in mind, he had to consider it. Now, one Golden Globe win and Emmy nomination later, Williams has found much success with the award-winning comedy series. He has also become somewhat of a heartthrob across social media for his role. And again, if y'all want to keep on reading, you can for this last quote right here. "A lot of work that I do takes place in the past because I look like a black man of any era," the actor explained. "That is attractive, and I will die on that hill. Abby gave us an opportunity to make that attractive, so it wasn't Quinta Brunson making me a heartthrob. It was giving people the opportunity to see the man they see every day as that." Larry, what do you make about this headline and these stories? And are you a fan of the young brother in Abbott Elementary and Everybody Hates Chris?
Yeah, he was cool. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed him in Everybody Hates Chris, and I like him in I like him in Abbott Elementary. I like the actress that played his sister and Everybody Hates Chris. She's on a show on Apple TV Plus called Mythic Quest, and she's great in that as well. I think it can be difficult for like a lot of child stars when they're coming up to break out of that childhood role that they've been so cast in, and having to find their place as an adult. I think it's like anything else. I think everybody has to go through that, not even just on TV in the movies, but just in real life. People who are kids, they have to go through a period where people stop looking at them as children and recognize them as adults. And that can be a challenge when when that's connected to your job, And so I think women or female actresses, I think in some ways they have it a little bit easier, in some ways a little bit worse, because one way I think that they've been able to do it is by sexualizing themselves. And I think that's worse on that end. They shouldn't have to do that. But also at the same time, it allows them to have an entry point into what is viewed as more of an adult world, whereas the men don't always have that option. And so I think it's a little bit, it's better and worse for them in some respects. But I think he did the right thing probably by taking some time off and just honing his skills and letting people sort of forget about him in some way, so that when he comes back, they're like, "Oh yeah, we remember you. We loved you in that." And then he gets a chance to do something else,
Right on. And I also hate the fact that I agree with you, but I hate the fact that some entertainers, they do get a little explicit and wild and just like, "Hey, everybody look at me. I'm sexy. I got my titties out," or whatever, man or female. Because they don't want to be looked at as a child anymore. Doesn't always happen, but it does. It happens enough to where I don't like it. But I don't. You don't have to try to please me or whatever.
His role in Dear White People, I think, was really good, because that is the next natural progression for a person in real life when you're moving from being a teenager and then going to college. So to play a role with him in college was really kind of a perfect transition from him moving from a child star to a young adult star to now just a full-fledged grown man star, you know?
Yeah, and it's also interesting that he said that he took a break from acting. Did he though? Because well, first of all, Everybody Hates Chris ended in 2009, and so it's wonderful to see all of these projects after that when the dude said you're not gonna ever work again. He's wrong. But if you look at this, where am I at? 2009, yeah. He said he took a break, but all these roles in 2009, 2010, 11, 12, and so I mean, I don't know.
I think he was, but I think he was doing sort of like, you know, like single episode stuff. He wasn't really doing like his own thing. Like he may have been doing like a recurring thing, except for I think it was let's see, what was it? There was one I think he had more than a couple episodes, but most of them you look at it was like 1 episode, 2 episodes, 3 episodes.
Good point.
You know.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, you're right. 2 episodes. Well, yeah, 1, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Good point. A lot of ones over there. Okay. Well, hey, my brother, we are
hit those thumbs up, people, too. If you haven't, hit those thumbs up, get those likes going so we can get it pushed through the algorithm, and hit those super chats if you don't mind as well.
Larry, thank you so much, my brother. I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you a ton. Thank you a ton.
Here comes a new challenger.
Well, you guys know what that means. We have another guest backstage. Who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be? Let's see. Let's see.
Say T'Challa, we need a recast. Chat would agree, and I truly believe that. Stories untold, I pray that we get to unfold. Don't kill them, we don't need to see that. Recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa.
Oh yes, there he is. Eman with Eman's movie reviews. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to battle it out on who is the rightful ruler of Wakanda. But I'm
no, we don't.
That.
No, we don't.
Know that.
It's already done.
We know that.
What?
You know it's Killmonger. It's not even a question.
Man, what's going on?
It's already done. What
say?
are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Yes, I love it. I love it. They love it too, man. They love it too. How you doing, man? How's your Sunday going?
Oh man, so good, so good. I mean, just got done hanging with the fam. Everybody ate. The dog is walked. Today's a good day.
I love it. I love it, man. I love
That's
it.
how you cap the weekend off. The dog is walked.
Hey, listen. Everything is done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, guys, if you don't know, I'm pretty sure you do. This is Mr. Eman with Eman's movie reviews. In addition to myself and Larry, if you love what he has to say, follow him on social media. His handle is right there on the screen. Information is in the description box of this video. And just like Larry, he is also on my channel tab on that top row on the far right. And so, man, help him get to 100,000 subscribers. There's 237 people watching right now. Can we get 237 people to subscribe to Eman, Larry, and myself? We would really appreciate that. We would really appreciate that. Eman, are you good on Mr. Tyler, or you have a quick comment, sir?
Oh no, we good. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's getting his shine. You know, it definitely sucks, of course, like Larry alluded to, that you know, when you're a child star, it's kind of like, it's hard to make that transition because people get used to you one certain way. And the crazy thing is, it's hard for the audiences to accept change so like quickly, I guess, because it's just a weird time thing. But like the best path that I've seen for child stars is taking a break. Take a break, let puberty hit, grow up, find your personal identity, right? Get, you know, have a taste of real life, and then come back, and people can accept you now as like an adult or whatever phase in life you're in. And, you know, it seems to be less pressure, you know, it seems to be a better transition for child stars. I mean, look at Raven-Symoné. You know, she had to take a break for a while as well. So I'm happy that he's got his he's getting his shine right now.
Already, I appreciate it.
Maybe we should get him a personal trainer, and then he can become T'Challa.
Fine with that.
We'll see.
I'm fine with that.
Here comes a new challenger.
Man, all these people just showing up. I guess they heard the call, Ron Burgundy.
Oh,
I
man.
really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Man, I'm struggling which intro I want to do right now.
Give him
but,
that one. Give him that one. That one. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We're gonna take it back old school, even though they're gonna claim the video. I don't care because I love it so much. Coming to the stage.
By the power of Grayskull. I have the power!
Yes, there he is right there. Mr. Life Games,
There he
Lamont, aka Get a Life Games. How you doing, sir? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you fellas doing?
Fantastic, man.
I'm gonna give Lamont some blue contacts, a blonde wig, and a sword for Halloween.
I'll pay to see that.
And I'm gonna give it to my son. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
Yes. On the way.
You should change that. Take the audio and then just put the clip of Grayskull coming through next time for him.
Okay,
that's right.
That'll be appropriate. You know,
that's right. I can live with that. I can definitely live with that.
Remind me. And Lamont, Eman again, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I do appreciate it. And again, his information on the screen in the description and in the description box below. On my channel tab. I said that twice in a row. But yeah, guys, we got I like that comment. The Four Kings. That's wonderful. We got 2 topics left. They both have to do with Marvel in some way, shape, or form, but they're going through it over there. Man, we got this executive producer by the name of Miss Victoria Alonso. She has literally been part of the company since its inception, before Iron Man came out in 2008. In 2006, if my math is correct, that's about 17 years right there. She has had her hand in the kitchen, in the pot, in the oven in some way, shape, or form for nearly 2 decades. And all of a sudden, she on the red carpet doing this and doing that. And then bam, a few days ago, earlier this week, she is fired. And everybody's trying to figure out why. Like, what the hell is going on? And so this is topic number 8 right here, coming from Variety. Inside Victoria Alonso's shocking exit from Marvel Studios. This is what the woman looks like right here. Let's get into this. The veteran Marvel Studios executive and producer of the nominated film Argentina 1985 was stopped on the red carpet posing for photographers assigned to capture top executives on Hollywood's big night. But something shocked her. Looking at these 2 women, also, she said, basically right here, we've worked hard to get here and we're not going anywhere. This is a passion project film for her that she was really excited about, and she was on the red carpet for that. 8 days later, she was fired as Marvel's president of physical production, post-production, visual effects, and animation. 3 individuals familiar with the matter told Variety the shakeup came as a surprise to many in the show business, and within the vast Marvel comic book fandom, a community with a prominent online presence and an in-person significance at many multiplexes where the studio releases films. Alonso's dismissal has raised numerous questions about behind-the-scenes working at the prize content engine, and with them, another unfavorable news cycle as Disney CEO Bob Iger attempts to stabilize his parent company amid economic unrest. While the cause of Alonso's termination is unclear, the sources said the decision was made by a consortium including human resources, HR, Disney's legal department, and multiple executives, including Disney Entertainment co-chairman Alan Bergman, to whom all of Marvel Studio reports. Alonso's longtime boss and Marvel Chief Executive Officer Kevin Feige felt mired and in a possible situation and ultimately did not intervene. I don't know what he could have anyway, but we're going to talk about it. One source added, Alonso was blindsided. Another insider added. And as I said earlier, Alonso joined Marvel Studios in 2016 before it was bought out by Disney for $4 billion. over 17 years, and has been a fixture under the chief creative officer, Kevin Feige, standing beside Feige's right hand and co-president, Louis Esposito. All these names are the biggest people at Marvel right now. Simultaneously, she's working to become a brand of her own. She's a rare openly LGBTQ person, a woman of color, and in visible leadership roles, known for her fiery passion and outspoken over diversity and inclusion in Marvel storytelling. And again, guys, there's so much to this. I don't want to just read forever, but she had to do 17 titles in 23 months in the past 2 years, in 2021 and 2022. That is a lot for anybody. Eman, I'm gonna come to you first, sir. What do you make about all this, man? And of course, I know there's other details that we haven't got into, but just for now, like what was you thinking? You know, what do you think is going on with this?
So first and foremost, and I'll try and give a summation so I don't take too much time. I don't trust a lot of this information just because of how it's coming out. It has been brought to my attention that a lot of times, if you notice, you didn't get one official statement from Disney. This came from insiders. And a lot of times, I'm not saying what they're saying is wrong. What I'm saying is there's usually a purpose. There's a reason why these insiders just so happen to get this side of the story. And it's really one-sided if you think about it. Not one of these insiders came out and said, yo, this is what Alonso's side of the story was. You know, you maybe get like one little line here that says, hey, she had permission. She was cool. But most of this sounds like Disney rhetoric. And I understand that because sometimes you want to shape the story first. And I would point people to look at the ScarJo situation during the pandemic. We had a whole bunch of insiders coming out and talking about how ScarJo was such a terrible person and she hated kids and all of this. Why? Because she couldn't get the money that was in her contract because, you know, they put Black Widow on streaming. So for me, because I've seen this already from this same company, I'm a little suspect. Not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I'm not going to take all of it just wholeheartedly, you know, all the way at once. But the other thing to kind of add on to all this is I do think that there's more to the story. I do think we need to hear more from Alonso's side. I would just point out the fact that Disney just cut 7,000 jobs. That's when Bob Iger came back. They also lost their tax-exempt status thanks to that whole don't say gay bill with DeSantis in Florida and all that, which means you got to pay for that. That means you can't just be running your theme park for free no more like you were before, you know, not paying taxes. So it makes sense that, like, yo, when you have to do budget cuts anywhere in the corporate world, what do? You lay off people and you get rid of top executives, because while you read earlier that she's been in charge of all these titles, she was doing the job of like multiple people, but she was probably also being paid a lot because she's been there since the jump. So it does make sense to get rid of her, because for her salary, you can get like a whole bunch of minions to do those jobs for a lot cheaper rate. And again, start paying that new tax bill that, by the way, she was the loudest proponent against the whole don't say gay bill thing. So she's ruffled some feathers with the GOP and all of that. So there's some political element, and you know, maybe she's just the scapegoat.
You're muted, B.
Thank you, Eman. Well said. I appreciate that. We got a super chat real quick. I have more of the article, and then I'm gonna come to Lamont. Jojo, Eman dressed like he about to C-walk. Man, I love it. Also, Brandon, bro, that new growth whooping your tail. Yeah, it is. Live games looking like Five Dog from Tribe Quest. Right on, right on, right on.
How you gonna pay to get roasted? How does this work?
No point pipe.
He done sent in a few. Thank you, Jojo. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's a lot here. Starting on Reddit, followed by a series of stories published across the internet, visual effects artists began to loudly complain about Marvel's demanding post-production schedules. And we heard that months ago. Complaints range from unrelenting overtime to chronic understaffing to the inability to avoid delivery substandard work due to constantly changing deadlines. Some singled out Alonso as being a kingmaker, who would blacklist artists who have pissed her off in any way. One visual effects artist recently told Variety that the biggest issue for them was Marvel's inability to provide clear guidelines. The show I was on really struggled because it was an established character whose powers they were reconceiving for the MCU, the artist said on the condition of anonymity. Most complaints, they said, came down to one refrain: Marvel doesn't figure shit out beforehand. Damn, that's the first time I heard that quote. A different senior VFX artist threw cold water on the idea that Alonso would single out individual artists. The idea of a very senior exec terrifying rank and file artist personal reports feels a bit off. They told Variety. Above the line, 3 different up-and-coming Marvel actors agreed that Alonso was only supportive force on set. She was the epitome of professional and knows her stuff, said one former Disney executive. Still drumbeat that something in rotten in the state of Marvel only grew louder with the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, a film that finished shooting over a year before it was due in theaters, and still weathered repeated criticism for generic visual effects that looked like CGI glop and were very flat and cruddy looking. Even more critical, the movie had grossed $463 million globally, the worst performance of an Ant-Man franchise, and they figured that means that it will struggle to break even in a theatrical window. That's the wrong trajectory. That's crazy. And guys, that link is in the description, but I want to read this from Chris Lee on Twitter. He said, I'm trying to make this bigger. So many VFX sources have told me Victoria Alonso was singularly responsible for Marvel's toxic work environment, a kingmaker who awarded unquestioning fealty with an avalanche of work, but who also maintained the blacklist that kept visual effects production wild-eyed with fears. She held a crazy amount of power, bigfooting all major creative decisions on Marvel movies and shows. Kevin Feige and Victoria Alonso personally approve every single shot, all the visual effects work, which is usually the job of a director or a showrunner, one tech told me. The main one that everyone quite scared of Victoria Alonso, another tech said, if she likes you, you're going to get work and you're going to move up in the industry. If you have pissed her off in any way, you're going to get frozen out. That is wild. Lamont, I'm coming to you, sir. What do you think about all of this, sir? What do you think?
I'm going to agree with Eman. We need to get a statement, not just from her, but we also need to get a statement from Disney so that we can try to find the middle ground. I'm coming to you guys with a lot of rumor mill stuff that I know that's been going on behind the scenes. And here's what's been going on behind the scenes. The old Bob is gone. Guess who was a good, close personal friend of the old Bob? This chick right here. The old Bob was willing to go tooth and nail to the bat against the political machine that was trying to take down Disney. This Bob ain't. This Bob wants to get along, to get the stock numbers back up.
You're gonna have to use the other now. I'm confused with the old, because you know the old Bob came back and now he's the old.
The old Bob is the new Bob.
He's the old new Bob, and then new Bob is the old Bob. I need to know which Bob we talking about now.
Let me stop bobbing and weaving, okay? So there's a Bob Iger, there's a Bob Chapek. She was great friends with Chapek.
Oh, word.
She knew Iger prior, but she really rolled with Chapek. Chapek was down for all the fighting that was going on politically. And they already stated in one of these articles about her intentions and her work with the LGBT community. And she was a big person in the forefront of doing that. Having said all those things, I feel like she was on the chopping block the minute Bob Iger came back. Just because she had been such an outspoken supporter of Chapek. She was not happy when Chapek left. She was not happy with the way it seems like Bob Iger was attempting to make concessions to kind of position Disney in this kind of political fight that they were having. And E-Man went through everything Disney's going to lose. However, I will say this. It is in court right now, so they might get it back. And it's looking like they might get it back. But Marvel's last phase, I think a lot of people would say, was lackluster. Didn't do the numbers it once did. And I think that this was a great opportunity for Iger to give a backhanded compliment to her and say, you know what? It's your work that's causing you to lose this job. I'm not firing you because you rode so hard with Chapek. But I do believe in my heart of hearts, it had a lot to do with that and with her pay, is what I think.
Okay. Lovely, man. Thanks for bringing me that information because I wasn't sure myself. But let me throw some more in the mix real quick before I pass to you, Larry. This article is from the Hollywood Reporter, focusing more on the Argentina 1985. And let's see what we have here. Alonso was one of the 8 producers on the Argentina historical drama, which was distributed by Amazon, not Disney, but Amazon, and competed for the Best International Feature Oscar. However, by assuming that role, she breached her contract several times, according to sources. After repeated warnings, the situation came to head that the week after the Academy Awards, which was not too long ago, and ultimately led to her termination. It was a seismic shakeup at Marvel, where for years Alonso was put on the Holy Trinity, along with Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige and President Luis Esposito, who led Marvel Cinematic Universe to even greater heights. And so, yeah, that apparently she may have breached her contract. And so, Larry, with everything that we discussed today, what Eman, Lamont said, like, what do you make of this, sir? What you think?
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to just say it like it is.
Okay.
I think she got herself gassed up and got all her chest all puffed up, thinking she can do what she wants to do, and she forgot the rules. You know, she went up there and she was in breach of contract doing this other movie for these other studios while she's an executive for Disney. Now I don't know how their contracts work, but usually those executives don't have the freedom to go produce and make movies for other networks and other studios. If you're an artist or a director, usually whoever you're under contract with has a first look deal, so they get the first right of refusal, and then you can shop it somewhere else. Executives usually don't have that privilege. You're usually locked in. And I think she probably got up there and said, Disney's not going to fire me. I'm a woman of color, I'm gay. I'm not going to get fired. I'm golden right now. And she forgot that she's a woman and a woman of color and gay. Those are all the trifecta that generally the old white boys club need to get rid of your monkey ass. And they got rid of her. Now, I will say that as far as some of the other stuff that was going on with her, with all the constant changes in the VFX part, the complaints of people saying Marvel didn't have the direction that it needed when it came to the effects. I was feeling like at first when I read this, I was like, that's not really cool. But Marvel should be a little bit more on their game than that. But then you read the bottom line there where it says that her portfolio was so expansive that it's likely going to take several people to fill her role. And I thought to myself, well, that's kind of what people of color have had to do always, is do the jobs of multiple people so that they can show their value and get in the door and allowed to be able to even have the jobs that they have. But at the same time, it's entirely unfair because you can't always do the job of multiple people. Sometimes you do need those other people. And I think it'd be unfair to say, well, we had to get rid of her because she wasn't doing her job. But since we got rid of her, now we've hired 4 other people to do the job that she was doing by herself. To me, that's entirely unfair. If it is the work that was the issue, then they should have simply removed some of her responsibilities and passed them on to some other people and let her stay and do her primary job.
Ah, man, I got you. Well said, sir.
And I know some people are going to like it, but the whole gay thing, woman thing, person of color thing, it can be a benefit. It could be a blessing and a curse. But when it comes down to keeping your job, you have to remember you are all of those things. You can't play on those things to keep your job. You might be able to play on them to help you get a job, but you can't play on them to keep your job, because that will most likely get you out the door first.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was trying to read something. How I feel about this, I don't know, man. It's so much. One thing, she's a horrible boss and people want to jump off the ship. Another thing, she's breaching contract. And the whole gay thing, I mean, it could be anything. I just really don't know. We're just gonna have to see. But I know this sucks.
I will say this.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I know Kevin Feige is quite upset. And what I want to ask next is, Lamont, I'm gonna come to you first. Like, how would you proceed? Of course, she's gonna have to be replaced. Do you think that one person is gonna come in and redo and you know, take on all of her responsibilities, or do you think it would be wise to split that among 2 or 3 people, and you know, so that you know Marvel is not spread so thin? Because in 2 years they did release 23, no, excuse me, in 23 months they released 17 titles, like 7 movies, 8 Disney Plus shows, and 2 TV specials, and you know, there's a lot of complaints about it. They're not reaching their full potential. So something I mean, 17 titles. It'd be different if it was 5, but 17, that's a lot. So how, and she had a hell of a lot of responsibility. So if you was Iger, you know, would you just bring in one person or a team of people to fulfill her role?
I'm going to bring in the best, most talented team to fulfill that role, because when you start putting too many things on one person's plate, something's got to give. And we're all sitting here talking about how the last phase, it felt like something gave. And that giving could have been part of her responsibility. And who knows the other little jobs this woman had to do alongside what her main responsibility was. And I think that her working on a side deal was kind of like her saying, you know what, I'm really done with this. I'm going to make you do something to take action against me. And if I'm Bob Iger, I want to go get the best people to put in that place so that this job doesn't have to wear thin on one individual who might want to go turncoat quicker than what she did. She stuck by the company from 2006, basically. I'm going to say this kind of behavior that we're getting from her, this started festering in her brain probably right when they heard the news that the new Bob Iger was coming back. So I think that it would be best to get a good team to fulfill all the roles they need to make these movies more quality, which Iger has said that's what he wants to do.
Already, what am I doing with the screen? Eman, coming to you, like same question. And also, do you think there's gonna be a lawsuit against Marvel from Alonso and team, or does that even make sense?
No, absolutely. I mean, listen, so here's the thing. A lot of stuff ain't adding up for me. You bring in HR. That makes sense. Okay, there's an issue, right? But I need people to understand, and especially if you've worked in the corporate world, HR is not your friend. HR is there to protect the company from liability. That is their purpose. They are not there, as much as they like to act like they your friend or they're on your side. No, they're not. They're for the company. And then you bring the legal team on top of that. So my thing is this: you've been working here for 17 years or whatever as Alonso. Ain't no way you're gonna be as, I don't know, absent-minded to just do something so blatant against your contract unless, and again, this is gonna have to be something her attorneys are gonna have to prove there was maybe a verbal agreement or maybe a handshake deal or something like that where they're like, you know what, it's all good, go ahead and do it. But then the company might come back and be like, well, we didn't have nothing in writing, so you are at fault. Things like that happen all the time where somebody says something, but then they act like they never said it because now it puts the company, you know, at fault, yada, yada, yada. So all I'm saying, then you also saw, I think it was a LA Times piece, Alonso's lawyer came out and was like, yo, Disney was trying to do something reprehensible and we're going to go to court. You wouldn't even bring your lawyers, if you're Disney, into that meeting unless you knew a potential lawsuit was going to be happening. And the fact that Alonso's lawyer said that something reprehensible, you know, she didn't want to do this reprehensible thing. They never named what it was. And in my opinion, I feel like that's just a way for them to basically be like, go ahead, pull your guns, and we got our guns too, and you're not gonna like it, because at the end of the day, Disney don't ever want to look bad at all. And if it was anything, I mean, let's say, for example, something political. If it was something like, oh, Disney wanted to, you know, build a theme ride with Trump's face on it. I don't know, something like that, right? Like, you don't want that kind of imagery and all that stuff out there because you know how the tabloids are going to run with it. Like, oh, so Disney's, you know, not woke and all that. Like, it's going to
do have a they do have a ride called the Hall of Presidents.
They do. But I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, they could have pulled it, but they didn't. They could have used the media, but they didn't. And I think ultimately this is really just going to go to settlement somewhere, some way, somehow. But yeah, the way that they're trying to like paint her as like this evil person, this terrible person. First of all, bad VFX, who cares? Who cares? That didn't lose Disney a bunch of money. Y'all think them good VFX was gonna save Thor: Love and Thunder?
Nope.
Was Ant-Man gonna be saved with clearer graphics?
Nope.
That was not the problem, you know.
Nope.
So again, I think a lot of this is more of like we needed a scapegoat. There might be more. We don't know. But from the way it's all presented and the way I've seen Disney carry themselves before, I don't know. So I don't think it's gonna be as black and white as people think.
Larry,
this is just my speculation. Could be completely off, but this is my speculation. They said in there that Kevin Feige decided not to intervene. And I think when you look at it, let's not forget Bob Iger is not back here to run this company forever. He said he's back with a 2-year contract to find a replacement. And I think that Kevin Feige might be like, you know what? My closest competition is about to get ousted. All I have to do is simply nothing. I just have to say nothing, and she's gone. And I'm looking real good as a possible replacement. You know, he's made them billions of dollars. He's going to continue to make them billions more. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already thrown his hat in the ring for that job. No. And she might have wanted it too. And now he doesn't have to worry about her.
Not at all.
He already embarrassed himself with picking Bob Chapek, which was a horrible choice. Universally, everyone agrees. So he's not going to make the same mistake again. Yeah. He's going to make sure that he, polishes up as nice as he can. So, to protect his legacy, or at least I hope he's.
That wouldn't work with the structure of the business anyway. Let's keep in mind, even though Marvel's big to us, it's it's like 12% of Disney and what they make. That the real money is the theme part. Why do y'all think Chapek got the job? Because he ran the theme park. That's where the money resided. So yeah, ain't no way you're gonna take a movie producer, no matter how great he's been, and say like, hey, come and run all this other stuff. Come and run ESPN. Come and run, ABC. Come and run Disney.
Hulu.
Come and run Hulu. Kevin Feige's great. He ain't God. He'll be all right.
Kevin Feige wouldn't fit that role
Not at all.
Larry. He doesn't have the personality for the boardroom. He has it for the comedic room. If you like comedy and you like, comics. And movies of that ilk, but for the boardroom, Larry, Kevin Feige wouldn't do it. And I'm a fan; he wouldn't do it.
That's not his lane.
All right.
Michael Jordan could be an owner, right? Michael Jordan could be an owner.
All me beer and pizza. Even you, Lamont. Even if it's not your cheat day.
Today is my cheat day, by the way. I'm tearing shit up too.
Already, y'all. Final thoughts on this one before we move on? Any final thoughts?
Man, look, this is not over.
Never.
Stay tuned. I'm telling you, in the next couple of weeks, it's gonna get messy. That ScarJo thing went on for like 3-4 weeks. Yeah. It was ugly too.
I will say this, and Eman was right on one area, is that HR is not your friend always.
Nope.
And anytime you work for somebody else, anytime you work for a company or someone else, be careful, because you could always lose your job.
Always,
no matter how high up on the org chart you get, you could always be fired. Even if you're the CEO, the board can still oust you. So anytime you work for someone else, be careful. You're not safe.
Already. All right, guys. Well, all y'all, thank y'all for that lovely commentary. I do appreciate it. Before we move on to the final topic of the day, I see that we have 255 people watching right now. So thank you so much. However, I see that we only have 161 thumbs up. Can we at least get to like 220 or 200 thumbs up?
And if we're not going to get at least 220 of the likes, can we at least get 220 of super chat money
or subscribers?
Can we match that? Can we match the viewers to either thumbs up or dollars? One of the two, or both.
I appreciate it. Hopefully this will put you in the mood. All right, I love me some.
Did you know there was only black women on that stage?
Yeah, we did. But guys, here we are right here. It's the last topic of the day. So unfortunate when this news hit the interwebs yesterday. Everybody was losing their minds. Like, no, B, no. I don't want to believe it. I don't want Tik from Lovecraft Country. I don't
I hope
want
Sharronda's not still
Kang and the
watching.
Conqueror from Ant-Man and the Wasp and not Adonis, but I forgot his name in Creed, is not guilty of all these things right here. But we're going to talk about it because so much information has come out since yesterday. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. Is he innocent or is he guilty? We're definitely going to give our commentary on that. Final topic of the day, number 9, coming from TMZ. Arrested in New York City for assaulting woman. Rep says he's done nothing wrong. They have the exclusive, and TMZ is interesting. But yeah, Jonathan Majors was arrested. A judge. Hold on, we got some updates here. Well, let me go down real quick. Jonathan Majors was arrested in New York City this weekend, and according to police, he's being accused of putting hands on a woman. But John's team is calling BS. Law enforcement tell us that the actor was booked Saturday morning on charges of strangulation, assault, and harassment. We're told cops responded to a call for service around 11 a.m. ET near the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan. We're told the alleged victim We're told the alleged victim in this case, a female, relayed to the police that Majors had gotten into a dispute with her and proceeded to attack her. Their exact relationship is unknown. Our sources tell us the alleged victim had visible injuries, including a laceration behind her ear, redness, and marks to her face. She was taken to an area hospital and is in stable condition. As for Majors, he was cuffed and taken to jail on the spot, as police felt there was enough evidence for a probable cause. We're hearing he's currently out of custody. Majors, a huge celebrity. He's been in everything from Marvel's latest Ant-Man and the Wasp to movie Michael B. Jordan's Creed 3 flick and other blockbusters, as well as over the past couple of years. He's gotten rave reviews and everybody loves him and all of that good stuff. A rep for Majors tells TMZ he has done nothing wrong. We look forward to clearing his name and also clearing this up. And as I scroll up, there's been tons of updates. And let's see what we have here. A judge released Majors without bail at a Saturday riot arraignment in Manhattan Criminal Court. Prosecutors charged the actor with misdemeanor assault, aggravated harassment, attempted assault, and harassment. Majors is due back in court in May. Here's what allegedly happened in the lead up to this. Per our law enforcement sources, police were told that the alleged victim is Major's girlfriend. And according to her, they got into an argument while in a taxi returning home from a bar in Brooklyn. Our sources say police were told the girlfriend saw another woman texting Majors, and she confronted him, trying to sneak a peek at his phone. We're told the alleged victim/girlfriend claims this got Majors mad and that he allegedly grabbed her hand and allegedly slapped her. We're also told the alleged victim claims he put his hands around her neck during this. Our sources say the woman was dropped off somewhere and that Jonathan Majors spent the night elsewhere. It appears the girlfriend went to police the following morning, Saturday, and reported a crime. Now, there's still so much more that we're going to talk about, more details that I haven't got to yet. And of course, you guys are going to have more than one opportunity to speak, but coming to you first, Lamont. What do you make of this, man, so far? Or you can talk about whatever you want, man, but what's your take on this, man? Because this is quite interesting.
Whew, boy. I'm going to make it quick because I've got some fellas that have huge brains with great thought. B, when this news hit, the first thing I thought was, please let this be some thirsty thought and it's not really a situation that's going to get Jonathan Majors in trouble, because this man is one of the hottest things Hollywood has seen in a long time. Then news just kept breaking out. And I was, finally got some of his opinion, and I was thinking to myself, he better hope that there's some video or something or some witnesses to what happened. Because if they're going to try to impugn his character, they're going to damn sure get that video where he was looking at Sharronda's hind parts. They're going to go get that video and start impugning this man's integrity, saying that he's looking at women with hungry eyes, okay? And luckily it came out that it could have been a mishaps, But then we find out that the lady in question, B. Avery, is an Anglo-Saxon female. And so then I go to Black Twitter and I start seeing what the Black women are saying. And they ain't got nothing nice to say. And I'm always trying to encourage these Black sisters. There's plenty of white sisters in the struggle for us to stop accusing a few Anglo-Saxon women for the wrongdoing of the whole race, because there are some that's down for us. And the minute that they said that this was an Anglo-Saxon sister, the Black sisters ain't want to have nothing to do with it. He's automatically wrong. They blaming him. They blaming her. So at the end of the day, I'm hoping he can clear this up, because if he really done something wrong, do we think they're going to treat him with the same candor they treated Ezra Miller's crazy ass? Probably not. So let's see where the facts go, and let's see how this thing play out.
Really, I appreciate that. Larry, I'm gonna come to you first. Next, but before I do that, let me get this super chat right here from Struggles. Bless in the chat. What's going on, Tyra? Thank you so much. Not the preference lying on you and recanting her story, Jonathan.
Not the
they do that. Can it be? Damage has been done to his brand, and he just popped. It's enough for victims for anyone to be lying. Right on, ma'am. I appreciate it. It's we're gonna see. We're gonna see. You know, we're gonna reserve a lot of comments. Well, at least I am. But thank you so much, Tyra. I do appreciate it. But you're talking about his brand. I'm coming to you next, Larry. But you're talking about his brand that's already affected him. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. Jonathan Majors, be all you can be. U.S. Army ad campaign paused following the arrest. Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and provided the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. The actor's lawyer, the name is stated in the statement on Sunday. The U.S. Army has pulled a Be All You Can Be campaign featuring Jonathan Majors on Saturday. The U.S. Army is aware of the arrest of Jonathan Majors, and we are deeply concerned by the allegations surrounding his arrest. Laura DeFrancisco, the public affairs chief for the Army Enterprise Marketing Office, said in a statement on Sunday, while Mr. Majors is innocent until proven guilty, prudence dictates that we pull our ads, BS, until investigation into these allegations is complete. The Army had already released 2 ads featuring the Creed 3 actor before he was arrested in New York on Saturday in relation to domestic dispute with a 30-year-old woman, according to local authorities. Man, there's so damn much. And again, before I come to you, Larry, let me go over some of these allegations as well, because some people have been coming out the woodworks that he went to school with, and that's unfortunate. This is from the direct.com. Let's see here. Jonathan Majors, troubling allegations. As news of Jonathan Majors' arrest broke, Twitter users began making perspectives known about the Avengers 5 actor. Back in February, filmmaker A.B. Allen tweeted about a beloved actor who, in actuality, is a vicious, cruel, and abusive human being. There's a particular actor, relatively new on the scene, who Twitter has violently fallen head over heels for. In actuality, is a vicious, cruel, abusive human being, both professionally and in his personal life. And every new viral thirst tweet about him drives me insane. I just got to throw 2 cents in there. Why did Disney hire him then, if that's the case? But we're going to see. Following the news of Major's arrest, a user tweeted, "Now we know who this tweet is about," with a screenshot of A.B. Allen's previous post. Allen then simply responded, "Ding, ding, 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 ding," applying that that's true. When pressed on, the user now will not share more, despite the public at large seemingly seeing evidence of what was posted. A.B. Allen explained that it will still expose people who have been hurt. The specifics of what I know, unfortunately, will still expose people who have been hurt and deserve not to become part of a larger media inquiry if they don't want to. So I'm not going to get into the details, but now y'all know what his deal is. So also, somebody else says, Nikolai continued saying that many in Yale and New York City communities later specified that from 2012 to 2017, graduates from NYU, Juilliard, and Yale considered the actor a sociopath and abuser. Larry, that last part is coming from Tim Nikolai, Society Theater co-founder and Broadway actor-director. Let us have it, man. How are you feeling about all this? What is your take, sir? What do you think?
Larry, let me say one thing to add to that point.
Go ahead.
He went to undergrad 20 minutes from where I live at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And some of the posts that some of the people that went to school with him, they haven't had nothing nice to say either, Larry. Floor is yours.
I'll be honest with you. I had a couple of immediate reactions when I first read this article and I heard this. My first thought was, this happened in New York in a cab. And as far as I know, every cab I've ever been in New York has cameras in it. So I was like, somebody's lying and it's going to come out. Like either she's lying, it's coming out, or he's lying and it's coming out. And if it's he who's lying, well, his career is going to take a major hit. If it's she who's lying, I hope he sues the white off her ass so that people can be reminded that you can't just go and try and destroy someone's career because your ego is hurt, because you got a bruised ego because he's texting with some other girl when you think he's supposed to be all yours. Now, on the other hand, my other immediate reaction was, this is why prostitution should be legal. And I know this seems a little off, but if you are somebody and you want some strange, you should be able to go get the strange that you want and then leave. Prostitutes aren't paid to come and have sex with you. They are paid to leave. And that's it. You don't have to worry about them texting you and your girl finding out. You don't have to worry about them blowing up your email or showing up at your house unexpectedly. No, that's not their job. And if we didn't have to deal with that, if men and women could go and see the people they want to see in a safe and tested and manner, you wouldn't have these people up there getting upset. I can imagine this chick. She probably feels extraordinarily insecure. She's up there. She's probably has a flat little booty. She sees him checking out Sharronda after the interview. He's up there all swole up from his new movie. And now she's worried because some other chick is up there texting him. And she's like, damn, I'm about to lose my golden ticket. I'm about to lose my Charlie and the Chocolate Factory golden ticket, And so she's probably up there. She probably got mad at him. Any bruises that were on her were probably him like this, trying to hold her back while she's up there swinging with her little T-Rex arms, trying to hit him. And he's probably trying to hold her back. And she might have got scratched or so here and there. I just think that's one of those things. You have to be careful who you're with. At a certain point, you get to a certain point in your career where you get bigger and more famous and wealthier, and you have to start to limit the types of people that are around you because not everybody's going to be good for you.
Right on, man.
That was my rant.
I love it, Larry. I love the energy. Smash the like, guys. That's what's up. Real quick, we are streaming right now on multiple platforms. StreamYard has a new feature. So if you're watching me on Larry's channel, Lamont's channel, Eman's channel, my channel, we got 556 people. Can we get 571 thumbs up? Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up the video. Comment real quick. Winter Soldier. I hate these reports. Alleged. If you simply state it's reported, he allegedly, you're good. Okay, we're gonna see. Thank you so much for that. Got a super chat from Bayo82. She recanted her statement. Yes, we're going to be talking about that next. And let me make sure I didn't miss another super chat. But yeah,
in jail right now. You don't get to make a statement like that. Send a dude to jail. And for some people, they will never ever be able to disassociate him with violence against women. Some people will hear that. It will be seared into their brain, and they will never disassociate him with it. And she should go to jail. You should not be able to make false accusations like that. The man was in handcuffs. He was fingerprinted. You think they're gonna go take his fingerprints, his mugshot, and his arrest records out of the FBI database?
Well,
no.
let's see what
Eman
has to say.
But
yeah, they could.
First of all, I don't know why T-Rexes had to catch a stray like that.
My fault. Hold on. My bad. Before I pass to Eman, just 30 million reports keep coming out. This is from Yahoo Live. Jonathan Major's lawyer says assault charges will be dropped after video proves he's entirely innocent. Can't wait for that. And so on Sunday, Mr. Major's lawyer, Priya Chandri, claimed that the woman was the aggressor and now has recanted her allegations. Oh my God. Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. We're quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that all charges will be dropped immediately, Ms. Sandra said in a statement provided to The Independent. This evidence includes video footage from the vehicle where this episode took place, witness testimony from the driver and others who both saw and heard the episode. Lovely. And most importantly, 2 written statements from the woman
not one but 2
these allegations. All the evidence proves that Mr. Majors is entirely innocent and did not assault her whatsoever. Unfortunately, this incident came about because this woman was having an emotional crisis.
Oh, Jesus.
Lovely choice of words.
She should have got an emotional dog.
No, you know what that means. You know that.
Hold on.
White tears bring on police. That's all that means.
She was taken to the hospital. The New York Police Department is required to make an arrest in these situations, and this is the only reason Mr. Majors was arrested. We expect these charges to be dropped soon. Eman, coming to you, sir. All this information, all these reports. What do you have, sir? Let us know.
First of all, I think it's hilarious that it's been less than 24 hours, and this has been the hottest, most dissected story I've ever seen for any actor, performer, celebrity that's ever been entangled with any type of situation like this.
Yeah.
I mean, Amber Heard was pooping in the bed. And we ain't
wiping it on his pictures.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody dissected like that. I'm just saying, like, you know, people been doing the worst, the craziest, the most, and I ain't never seen nobody dissect all this like this. And I think a lot of that is because, one, we've gotten into a place in culture where we're nosy, right?
Yeah.
Social media has spoiled us to the point where we're like, yo, we need to know every little thing. And Majors ain't got no social media. We don't know nothing about him. So the only image and perception we have is Kang, Creed, Lovecraft, and a couple interviews, and that's it. Like, some people didn't even know he had a kid. Some people didn't even know.
I did not know that.
Right?
Oh,
he got an 8-year-old daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
8-year-old child.
Like, bro, where'd that come from? You know,
I mean, in all reality, who cares? I don't. I mean,
I
when I
know.
watch the movie, it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, like, because we're so accustomed to knowing more than we should, all this information feels like it's making us super thirsty to like just dissect this. Now, kind of going back to Larry's point, one of the biggest problems with this is, and this is the issue I have not only with the system of policing, but also the media. Notice what the headline was: Jonathan Majors arrested. It wasn't Jonathan Majors allegedly, accused with blah, blah, blah. It wasn't that. It was Jonathan Majors arrested. And again, because of the system of policing, as the lawyer said, because of this type of situation, they have to arrest someone. It didn't mean that he was guilty. It didn't mean that they caught him in the act. And I'm not saying he did or didn't. I'm just saying because of the system, they have to put him in handcuffs. And again, the way our society functions, when we see a black man in handcuffs, you did it. He should have complied. You give this presumption of guilt because we're baked into this other presumption that, well, the law is right and the police always get it right. So that right there is exactly true to what Larry was saying. It's not going to leave people's memory. That's a stain in his career at this point, whether he's completely free or if there's more information that drops, it doesn't really matter. This man got arrested. His face is out there. The headline is out there. It's seared in people's brains. Now, just to pivot to the other point you brought up about the people that were saying that like he has this history in this past and stuff like that. Larry asked, for example, then why did Marvel hire him? Probably because there's nothing recorded. Mm-hmm. You cannot. If he was a criminal, Marvel wouldn't hire him. I'm not making excuses for him because maybe, for all we know, Jonathan Majors is a terrible person. Maybe he has a terrible attitude. Maybe he is an abusive person emotionally, verbally, maybe physically. I don't know. Because again, we don't know him. We ain't seen no social media. No one has come forward. A lot of these accusations from these two directors you pulled, they're saying things from other people. Okay, cool. I'm not saying I don't believe them, but I would like to see more. I need more than anecdotal evidence. If you tell me there's smoke, that's cool. Show me where there's the fire. If you show me the fire, let's go. I brought my water. Let's go put it out. In the meantime, we have to go off of what's here, which is you got stories that he's not a great guy, but is that illegal? I don't think so.
Right.
So until my man has been proven of something illegal, I can't sit here and go judging him as if he is a criminal. That's not fair. Second of all, or third of all, the whole thing, of course, with the lawyer saying the video was going to be dropped and all that. My goodness, we couldn't wait 24 hours for this thing because all we heard was just arrested, and then all of a sudden people was coming up with all these things. I was just disappointed at the news.
It might be out already. It might be on World Star.
It might be, right? I was just disappointed that this brother was brought into this mess. I didn't even judge whether he did it or not.
Me neither.
I'm never gonna side with nobody if you did something wrong. Like, look, I go off of what the evidence is. But I was just like, damn it, I just hate the fact that you are in a controversy, right? But like the fact that the videos supposedly proves him innocent, that's great. The witness or the victim, or I don't even know what to call him. The other lady, she is recanting her statement.
The word's called perpetrator.
I don't know.
It's also called thirsty thought.
I don't know. And the reason, this is why I say I don't know. For one, these type of situations are not always as black and white as Twitter wants to make it out to be. It could have been something as simple as she was looking at his phone. He was just like, yo, get away. And, and then all of a sudden she's crying for other reasons, but the perception of it made it look like something more than it was. And then it could be so much gray stuff, that it's kind of, I remember the Chris Brown Rihanna situation. The way public memory remembers that Chris Brown beat the mess out of her and that was it. But people forget they both were fighting. They both were like not condoning anything.
She swung first on that.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying they both were fighting, and it's easy for people to lose facts because they just want to confirm to one side or the other. I'm just saying they were fighting.
And in this situation, just like in this situation, when you have a domestic dispute, both people technically are supposed to get arrested. In the Chris Brown situation, he got arrested. In this situation, Jonathan Majors got arrested when it was a domestic dispute where they're saying that people assaulted each other. But the only person that gets arrested is the big dirty black man. And look,
again, that goes back to the system of law and policing, right? And just what the lawyer said, because of NYC law, they had to arrest someone. It wasn't like, okay, y'all had a issue, both of y'all go to y'all separate corners. No, because of the law, we have to arrest someone regardless of whether they're guilty or not. So, all of this stuff, again, I encourage everybody, wait for the evidence, wait for the video, let's see what happens, but unfortunately, there is going to be that double standard where, Jonathan Majors is not going to get that Ezra Miller type of grace. He's not going to get that little leeway where people are going to be like, okay, hold on, maybe there's more to the story. Like, we'll say that, but you ain't hearing that from the general public right now, and that's kind of the problem because it's not consistent. It's not equal in terms of how we treat these folks. Let's not forget, there were people that really thought Ryan Coogler robbed the bank and he was guilty. This man was also arrested. He was put in cuffs for trying to make a withdrawal. And what was the
of his own money?
Ryan Coogler arrested.
Of his own money.
Arrested.
You see what I'm saying? So again, it's the law, it's the policing, it's the way the headline in the media, and
the perception,
the culture that we're baked into thanks to social media. So all these things come together. Ooh, it's just a mess.
Hold a thought if that's cool, Larry. I got a ton of super chats real quick, and then I'm coming to you next. Torian, I forgot your super chat earlier. Thank you, $5. This wouldn't be going on if Thomas Washington was running Disney. I'm just saying the Goofy movie is a classic. If you got to watch Atlanta the last season to get that joke, but it's a great show. Thank you, Torian. I really do appreciate it. Bayo, thank you, $2 super chat. She recanted her statement. Right on. I got that one already. I got Tara's, I got that one. Jerry King, $2. Black Queens forever, Snow Bunnies never. Dr. I love it. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Jerry King. I appreciate it. Shanny D, $4.99, did the flat booty comment. Yes, Larry with the comedy. Thank you, Shanny D, for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We got Swift Streams PC, $1.99. Listen today, leave them snow bunnies alone. You cannot go wrong with that. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat.
Y'all already know Dr. Umar giving out 5,000 lashes. Y'all already know.
This is true.
5,000.
He's probably live right now. Deshaun Wilkinson, $9.99. Thank you. I'm a huge fan of Jonathan Majors. However, I work at a DV agency and victims recant their stories all the time.
That could happen too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Having said that, I'm going to let the facts play out. I think that is the best option, and very good observation.
Yep,
Miss Wilkerson. That is very true. So you know, they could be feeling threatened or whatever. You know?
That's an exact reason. That's an exact reason why you shouldn't let confirmation bias lead your judgments. If you're a fan of Jonathan Majors, you shouldn't just run and jump and be like, "Oh, see, he was always innocent. He was clean." You don't know him. We don't know what he's like. At the same time, if you're a hater of Jonathan Majors, you don't know all the facts. You haven't seen the video.
Every movie he's been in. Hagen said, "I don't know him." No, I'm just messing with you.
You next.
I mean, he's been acting, but that's what I'm saying. Wait for the evidence. Don't let celebrity or hatred or bigger judge the facts.
But see, E-Man, that's a problem that humans have. Humans have their bias, and they're going to lean in toward that bias. It takes an adult to have a bias and be able to separate that from the facts. And like Larry said, there was a camera in that cab.
Yeah.
And if we just waited for that camera, we was going to see the facts. And I'll chime in with what Larry said. She probably was peeping that man's phone because she seen the way he was looking at that Sharronda ass. And when he was behind her hind parts and started slapping and
you mean that wallpaper? You know he made that the wallpaper.
Yes.
Yeah, man. He was trying to slap some ass and it wasn't nothing to slap.
Sharronda, I hope y'all watching. I hope you don't get triggered.
I hope Sharronda is watching.
Yeah, she was.
You got your wallpaper up, girl.
Thank you, Wilkinson. 60 plus reviews, 9.99. Hashtag Why Girl Tears. Just say no. Too many smart and beautiful young sisters. Yes. Hashtag they're trying to tarnish your career. Hashtag stay woke, young brother. Thank you, 60 plus reviews. I appreciate it. Tyra again, man, blessing us today. Bro was laid down with an enemy for her to lie and come for his reputation. No bad at all. Jonathan's girlfriend. I'm feeling very attacked right now. Yes. Thank you, Tyra. Right on. I appreciate it. And last one for now, J. Carter just came into the chat. Did you guys discuss the alleged victim? Yeah, we are talking about that right now. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. We appreciate all of those guys. Thank you. We almost at 800 thumbs up. Larry, it's on you, sir. What you got?
You know, I just want to say this to the ladies out there watching, is that
oh boy.
Oh hell!
All the little booty T-Rex are out there.
You know, I say this.
No bunnies, cover your ears.
I say this in all seriousness. I know out there in the world, everybody's saying women can do whatever they want to do. Women can do all the same things men can do. Women can do this. Women can do that. Yada, yada, yada. Yes, intellectually, women can be equals to men or surpass them. But men and women are not equal. We have our distinct differences. There are some ways women are superior to men. In some ways, men are superior to women. In one of those ways, men are superior to women is physical strength. So you can get up there and you could jump bad. You could see your man's phone and get mad and start swinging and punching and hitting on him. But when that man hits you back, just realize that he's going to do infinitely more damage to you than you have done to him. And because you have started a fight with someone and then lost does not mean that you are a victim. If you hit someone and you start a fight with someone, male or female, and then you get your ass whooped by said person, you are not a victim. You are just someone who got your ass whooped. So
unless you are Karen.
Remember, there is no excuse to put your hands on someone first. There is no excuse to put your hands on someone first. I don't care how upset you are. If you're mad at somebody, then find some other way to express yourself. But if you put hands on someone, I'm not saying that he did this, but even if she got hurt in the process of him defending himself, that's not her being a victim. That's her getting hurt as a consequence of her dumbass actions. So just remember that, ladies. There's a lot of women out there that think it's okay to hit men and then get upset when somebody gets hurt. Don't do it.
Larry,
I mean, you're looking at four brothers here who don't hit women, but there's a lot of brothers out there that will F you up. Just, it's not worth the risk.
I mean, my grandma told me if a woman come at me with a weapon, Larry, don't get my ass killed. It's what my grandma said.
No, I think there's a difference between protecting the sanctity of your being and just simply like if a woman's up there hitting me, like I've had women get up there and mad and hit on me, and I have to just hold them back. Sometimes I've had to hold them down and say, you need to chill out. You know, I had one girlfriend, I literally had to pick her up and push her out of the house and lock the door and tell her I'm gonna call the police if she doesn't leave my place. You know, but the thing is that not everybody's gonna do that. Sometimes you hit somebody and their natural reaction is to hit back. And when they hit back, they're not hitting with the same girly, strength that you have. They're going to hit you with grown-ass man strength. So you need to stop women need to stop playing that game because it's not really a game once it gets to that point. And you could call the police, but I can tell you those broken teeth and busted ribs, they're not going to heal the police aren't going to heal you from that.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say this, man. I was like yesterday, I was like, damn, this sucks. And instantly I was like, man, I'm not believing this shit until something comes out, allegations. I just want to know details. I'm curious. Everybody was talking about it. Eman was in the space yesterday on Twitter talking about it. It was everywhere. Everybody was talking about it.
I want to apologize to everyone who got triggered by this conversation, by the way.
Chill out.
That's the inside joke. That's the inside joke.
Trigger warning.
Silly.
Hey, I'm looking for a new thing to do on my channel. Maybe I should start a show called Trigger Warning.
There you go. Just put up a disclaimer.
There you go.
You need a disclaimer, Larry. You always need a disclaimer.
But
okay.
A lot of
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
A lot of it was I'm not it broke my heart because I saw a lot of black women on Twitter. Well, I don't want to say a lot, but a handful that had a decent following. They kind of jumped to some conclusions. And it was like, well, the allegations from Yale and Juilliard has come out and said he's bad, and we don't know what to do because we look forward to these black people and leadership roles and yada yada yada. And I really don't like that you put these stars on the pedestal. Anyway, I mean, it's cool to look up to people, but they shouldn't have all your whole heart and soul like that. But I mean, I can't wait for this video to come out, and I don't think the lawyer. I'm sure the lawyer has seen the video at this point in time. She wouldn't come out and ruin her name, saying that, if it was a video and it did prove that he was wrong, she wouldn't come out and say the opposite of that. And so I am, I'm not completely 100% relaxed, but I do feel much better about this situation. And like Eman was saying, yeah, so much has changed in 24 hours. That's just amazing, and yeah, Eman, go ahead. You was about to say something.
I'm gonna just because there always needs to be a little bit of balance whenever Larry's on here. So I'm gonna try and counter it just a little bit. I'm not gonna refute what you say because I agree wholeheartedly. Everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves. Period. Yes. Now, what I will talk about is the fact that Majors has all these allegations against him. Again, like I've said, nothing so far that has warranted him to be a felon, a criminal, at least not yet, that we know of. Maybe this opens up the door and we get 20 more accusations and people coming forward. I don't know. But so far, nobody has come forward and put this man behind bars or, sued him or anything yet. So what I would say is this. If it is true to some degree that he has a problem, right? Because maybe he has an anger management problem. Maybe he is an abusive person. Again, maybe not physically, maybe in other ways. I would and I would say this also to other people. If you have those type of issues where you are like constantly in conflicts, damn it, if you got a reputation where people are saying you are a problem, at some point, go get some help. And if I were Jonathan Majors' PR people, like right now, just to get ahead of the whole crowd, just to get ahead of all the rumors and everything, I'd be like, bruh, go check yourself into therapy, go get some counseling. It's not it's not like you're admitting guilt. You're just saying like, you know what? I have been a terrible person in the past. I do have some problems. Go get some help. Because at the end of the day, I think that we all know no one's perfect. But what I would respect is that when people get these type of wake-up calls, because I hope this is a wake-up call for him. Like, if he's innocent, that's great. But brother, you better get it together if you do have a deeper problem, because this could come back and happen some other time. Go get some counseling, go get some help, let people know that you're getting that help, and then do better. Don't even get in that situation. Because the thing is, when you get yourself together, you also start to get a better sense of perspective on who you should be with and who you shouldn't be with. Why are you even with someone that would act certain ways based off of what's going on your phone?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you have to realize, because, sometimes insecure people attract insecure people, so it's kind of like, look, get yourself together, do what you need to do to get you right, and you won't have to be in these situations, because you'll see the red flags in other people a long way, coming. So I would just encourage that. Get you some help, whether you're guilty or not. It's not gonna hurt.
And before I come to Larry, relating this to Nate Parker is it's too different. I
don't know if I'd go there.
Yeah, I just saw a couple of comments. Larry.
See, I think this whole attitude of you should get ahead of this and check yourself. And I don't mean to come at you directly, Eman, but I think this whole thing that you should check yourself in and maybe you've been a bad person. I think all of this, and again, I hate saying some of this stuff because I feel like sometimes people think I'm just like against women or something. I'm not, but I think this is really one of those times again where we're really seeing a lot of toxic misandry going on, because we were just a few stories back talking about what's his name, Chris Tyler. What's the brother's name that from the Abbott Elementary?
I forgot, man. Tyler,
whatever his name. We were just talking about all of his success on his show, but literally he's on a show right now where he's been nominated for Golden Globes and Emmys for playing a character whose one of the main themes is him being serially sexually harassed in the workplace for comic relief. Throughout that whole show, to this day, he is sexually harassed in every single episode, and we think of it as comic relief. Now, if the roles were reversed, if he were principal and the current woman who's playing principal were a teacher, that show would never make it on air. People would think this was horrible, that how could they do this? It would just be the exact opposite response. And as a consequence, we have this attitude that permeates throughout society that men are either perpetrators and can be and automatically, guilty, or they can't be victims. Something bad happens to them and they can't be victims because they obviously want it. A woman is sexually harassing a man. He must obviously want the attention. And what happens is that it creates this attitude that allows us to automatically believe this chick that says somebody did something to her when clearly it didn't. And this whole attitude is believe women first. I get it. How about believe the truth? How about reserve judgment? Like the Army, the woman was saying, well, we have to wait until he's proven innocent. We believe we're going to reserve judgment, but you're not reserving judgment because you pulled his ads. Mm-hmm. The fact that you already took action against him says you're not reserving judgment. You have made a judgment, and only after he has been proven innocent will you then reinstate said ads. So men are, especially black men, and people could say, oh, I don't want to hear that from men. Men have already taken over the world. Guess what? Black men have not. As far as black men, at least in this country, we have been the lowest on the social total poll from the time that this country has come into inception. So I don't want to hear that shit from anybody about when it comes to black men. Yes, if you want to talk about rich white dudes with all their nepotism and money, sure, say that about them. But us, you don't get to say that about us. So it really, really frustrates me when I see that people just automatically take the side against someone without getting all the facts straight. And I really don't like it when black men are made to be, the butts of jokes. We talked about this with the four of us on our thread. I hated seeing that photo of him on the cover of Ebony, I think it was, with them damn pumps and the chaps. And I hate the feminism of black men. All that shit pisses me off. All right, I'm done.
You're good,
Hey,
man.
look.
go
Oh,
for
okay.
10
Go ahead.
minutes.
Go ahead, B.
The Drake Max show. Thank you, $9.99. I hate this for Jonathan Majors because if it was Dana White on camera, he'll just be forgiven and move on.
He was on camera.
He was on
It
camera.
was.
He was
Literally.
on camera.
Literally.
Yeah.
And she recanted hers too.
Yeah. But yeah, again, like Larry, I don't think anything you just said refuted what I was talking about. Because again, I think both things can be true. I'm just saying and here's the thing. I don't know all the facts from this situation. I haven't seen the video. I don't know what the nature of the encounter was. I'm just saying if there's a problem, if those other allegations against him are true, that he's just a really terrible person, counseling is not a bad thing. Therapy is not a bad thing. Everybody needs counseling, even if you think things are going right in your life. I'm saying, like, as a celebrity, as someone who has a lot to lose, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and get yourself right so that you can hopefully avoid these type of situations in the future. Because you don't know, maybe he's not going to be with this person again moving forward. You know, maybe he moves on to someone else. You got to learn how to scope them folks.
See, this is why celebrities end up only dating other celebrities because
they know
the deal. When something happens, when somebody gets mad, they don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna go call the police because I'm mad at them." They call their agent.
They're
and
like,
then
I'm
their
gonna call
agent
my PR
says,
person on you.
Yeah. And their agent or their PR person says, well, let's talk about the consequences of this. What does this mean for your career and theirs if we do this? Is it true? Is it not true? Let's talk about all this.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Miss Her, she pulled out poop and she didn't want to go to her no, I'm sorry about that, guys. But anyway,
that was an extreme circumstance. Those were not normal circumstances for anybody.
Neither one of them are normal.
Papa Avery in the building. I got to do one for
right
the
now.
pops. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, Mr. Harvey Avery. I wouldn't be nothing without him. Enjoying the dialogue, B. Avery. Happy 99 show. Dad, thank you so much. I love you to death. I really do. Textbook example of a provider right here, y'all. Yes, sir. Love you so much. Drinking water.
More than just a provider.
Yes.
He's a textbook example of a father, a good man.
Of everything, all the above.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Love you so much.
So many of us are just looked at as just providers, and men are more than just a pocketbook. We are so much more than that.
Larry, don't beat me up now. But
I'm sorry, man. You guys got my blood fired up today.
Lamont, you got anything else, man? You got any final thoughts or anybody? I want everybody to get everything off their chest. You know, you got anything else, Lamont?
Nah, man. They said everything I need to say. I agree with pretty much everything that both men said. We've got narrative issues that haven't changed. Men are allowed to defend themselves, and most of the time, you need to wait until you get the circumstances and the truth from any situation usually. So hopefully her recanting her statement is because she was wrong and not just because she's feeling intimidated or blindsided. And maybe he will do a better job of choosing the women he's going to align himself with so that when they get mad, they're not going to just try to throw you out there. Because what she did, if this was just something she did in vitriol and anger, that's dangerous. And she knows it's dangerous. And this man is in the prime of his career. And hopefully he'll align himself with better people. And maybe he'll go get him one of them booties he was looking at in that Sharronda video.
Yes.
That'll take good care of him.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that, man.
And again, maybe he'll get himself right. Again, we don't know.
We don't know if
my man might have some. I'm just saying, let's also, I know it's easy to blame the women also. You could blame the men because men have a long history. It's easy to blame the women because some people complain and make false accusations. I'm just saying, let's make sure we check all them boxes. He could also be guilty in this in other ways, not illegally, but in other ways. So listen, everybody could be guilty. In other ways, everybody could be guilty one way or another.
I'm going to hope that, for all we know, he might have already gotten counseling for the things people have said bad about him.
Could be, yeah. Could be.
And if the video truly and really proves that he didn't do anything wrong, I don't think he needs to go say that he needs to get no counseling. I think if anything, he needs to drop a statement that things happen between people in a private situation. We're all humans. People can get upset.
Call
And,
Oprah. Get on there.
Right, or something like that, But we'll see.
I'll
Let's
Larry,
see what
final
happens.
thoughts. Larry, these are final thoughts.
I'll say this: as somebody who has an acquired taste, I don't give much credence to people who get up there and say that somebody's this or somebody's that. Because my friends will ride for me because my friends like me, they love me. But I also know there's people out there who do not like me. They don't like the way that I think. They don't like the things that I say, and they just don't like how I am. And so I know that there's certain people out there that are an acquired taste, and he might be an acquired taste. And some people will never like him. Some people will never, ever care for who he is as a person. And that doesn't make him, as they said, a sociopath or an abuser. It just could be that he doesn't really care if your feelings get hurt because he says what he wants to say. I get people upset at me all the time on all these shows on my channel when I say stuff that they don't like, and I don't really care if they get upset because I'm going to say things that sometimes hurt your feelings. It is what it is.
How did I know this was going to circle around and have something to do with Larry personally?
I'm just saying. But I will say this, brothers, if you have one of these, if you have a phone with a camera, if you need to take pictures of yourself, because you want to make sure that when you get hit and you get all bruised up, because Eman was talking about Amber Heard, I think it was, it takes somebody doing the most ridiculous stuff. She's going to have to go poop in your bed and smear doo-doo all over the walls and pictures and the most heinous behavior before you are believed. They always talk about believe women. You also need to believe men.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
How about believe people?
All right. Well, I want to thank the cash apps that I just got from Miss Shalisa Grant, $15, and also another one for $5 saying a great live on Jonathan Majors. Thank you so much for those cash apps. And also Jojo Harvey, he loves you so much. He's going to get his hair redone. Yes, and share his $25 million contract with you. Must love that, Avery. Thank you so much. I feel like I know who that person is just from that comment. I could be wrong. But yeah, we got another super chat coming in. They just keep on coming. Okay, it's popped up on this screen. I hadn't popped up on this one yet. Come on, computer or internet. Where's a... Nah, this like we since we're broadcasting on multiple streams. Wait a minute.
You got another one.
JoJo's on one tonight.
Oh, Eman good for dressing like Larry, it's like you so much. Why they telling you folks you look like Mr. Plant? Well, what's going on, man? You got a book over there, jokes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Thanks for the super chats, man. I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is it right there. So the last bit of news came out that Jonathan Majors' lawyer said the assault charges will be dropped when the video comes out, and I know that we are dying to see that video, and everybody will be analyzing the video and all this stuff, and I can't wait for it, and I'll be back as well. But guys, that is going to wrap it up today for the movie news roundup show number 99. I want to thank all 827 of you people on YouTube and Facebook, 14 of y'all. I really, really do appreciate it. We got up to 900 people watching all at the same time on various platforms. And so that's wonderful. This is a great new feature that StreamYard has added, and I'm very happy about that. And thank you again. Share the video, subscribe, leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, a thumbs up. Also, if you want to an audio only version of today's broadcast, that's in the link. I mean, there's a link for that in the description box below with buzzsprout.com. All these platforms right here, as well as SoundCloud as well, if you want your audio only version, to go on or to download, excuse me. Let's see. Is that another one? No, it's not. Okay.
Mama Avery came through. You got to shout her out.
Yeah, I did earlier. She was one of the first people. Yes, mother, absolutely wonderful show, guys. Thank you so much. Larry, thank you for being here, sir. I really do appreciate it. Before we head out of here, man, won't you let the good people know what you got going on your channel for them to enjoy?
Yeah, man, I have some new stuff coming out. I have a video I'm working on how to get a free smartphone. So there are some deals out there that will let you get a smartphone for free. couple of steps involved. Otherwise, I'm just sort of winding down my tech reviews. I will be doing more vlogging and some other stuff. I'm working on some ideas in my head. We'll have to figure that stuff out. So, but yeah, so come through, check it out, see what you like.
Alrighty, man. Again, appreciate that, y'all. And yeah, Larry, thank you so much, my brother. I really do appreciate you being here. Eman, coming to you next, sir. Thank you so much for coming. First, I want to say that I appreciate it.
Of course. No, listen, we're gonna have Mandalorian chat on Wednesday, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Just go ahead and tune in. What is that, around like 7 p.m. Central Standard Time? And go ahead and check me out every Friday, 7 o'clock Central Time, where we talk about things just like this. Like I said, I'm the opening act for B. Avery's show. So if y'all want a taste of what it's like, come get this warm-up show. Join the E-Fam, subscribe, and we have a little fun over there as well. Shout out, by the way, to all the E-Fam that came out today. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, we'll do that. And then I got some more stuff cooking, and we'll just have to wait and see.
I want to know if they're going to invite you to the casting when they start casting for the new T'Challa. They're going to invite you in the room?
I don't know. I'll be there though. I'll be outside. I'll be outside just in case.
Got another super chat from Blue Exodus, Mr. Bobby Wright. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I'm late. Shout out to y'all. Thank you, man, for being here. I appreciate it. Check out American Maroon if you haven't already. I was about to say something else, but yeah, thank you for being here. Just check out the replay if you're just now getting here. And last, but definitely not least, talking about the stock market master genius himself, Lamont Tyson with Life Gain. Sir, thank you so much for being here, my brother. I really do appreciate it. And what do you have going on your lovely channel for all the good people out there?
First, let me shout out B. Avery for having me. Let me shout out Eman for riding with me. And let me shout out Larry for being my constant partner in this game. Then I'm going to shout out all the life gainers that I didn't announce I was going to go live tonight with B. Avery, and you guys showed up and you showed the hell out. We greatly appreciate all that support you guys came through and brought and turned these numbers up, helping get my man B. Avery to reach great numbers. And he's almost at 100 of these movie news roundup shows. I remember the first one he did, and I'm so happy to see him do it. I'm glad for that, brother. So y'all going to have to show up next week too. For me and Larry and Miss K, you can catch us tomorrow doing Godfather of Harlem, the finale. That shit was banging. It was bananas. Yeah. It was cry worthy. It was a great ride. And then, of course, I'll be back Thursday night with the fellas doing Snowfall. And then Friday, I'll be doing a lot of vlogging because my Hollywood screenwriting and acting begins. I'll be in Hollywood for the next 2 weeks after this Friday. So it'll be a lot of, you'll see some behind the scenes of a character I wrote. You'll see some behind the scenes of me actually helping that character. You'll see me on set. I do a lot of shorts, and I'll really show you guys what it's like to try to get your feet wet in Hollywood from a writer's perspective who's also going to do a little acting. So stay tuned.
Already, man. Appreciate that. Got another super chat. I don't know what channel this is from. Nicholas Grady, if the accusations turn out to be true, I'm hoping that Marvel Disney / keeps him as Kang. It adds more depth to the character / actor. I don't know about that. And actor will give you a better reason to root for the heroes. Okay, that kind of makes sense. But hopefully it's not true. But if it is true, I guess that's an interesting way to spin it.
Marvel.
I don't want my actors who are playing serial killers to have gone out there and killed folks.
Right, and have like legit records.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
we don't want no Ezra Millers running around.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: even if Marvel wanted that, Disney wouldn't allow that.
No
Disney
way.
would step in. Same way they overruled Marvel and fired James Gunn. They will take care of that. So it's never going to happen.
We've seen what happens with that with hip hop when you have artists that are out there trying to live the stuff that they're talking about in their music. When you have all these trap songs and people out there trying to actually be real gangsters, and people end up getting killed and killing folks,
beat up in gyms.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I want my artists to be artists. Yeah. I want them to be John at home, and they can be Pookie the Killmaster at work. But they don't need to live that life. You know,
Larry, you hosting the show. B. Avery done disappeared.
That's it.
Here we go.
It's
All
over
right,
now.
let's start the second half here.
Never mind.
It wouldn't let me take the. Yeah, it was crazy.
You was finna get demonetized real fast.
Boy.
I was gonna have to get off the stream. Don't touch my stream with that.
Let's see here. Thank you, Nicholas, for the super chat. And before we head out of here, guys. What's going? Oh, wait. Okay, I'm tripping. Oh no. Oh, hold on. I had to redo this real quick because it booted me out. Subscribe if this is your first time here. If you do, this is the type of stuff you're going to get. A show like we do right here every Sunday, 6 p.m. CST. Next week will be show 100, and I'm very, very excited to do that. So make sure you come back next week. This first row right here, all of the Oscar-nominated films for 2023, the 95th Academy Awards. Check that out. You know, like a lot of the team here, we work very hard on this and have some great commentary on all the Oscar-nominated films. You're going to get movie reviews, spoiler movie reviews, series reviews. Like I said, a weekly movie news roundup show covering Bel Air Season 2, Snowfall Season 6, trailer reactions and interviews, and some fresh out-of-theater reactions. And just to be a little bit more specific, check out my Shazam Fury of the Gods review, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, Power, Snowfall, Creed, Swarm, my Oscar recap video, and check out my review for Tariq Nasheed's 8th documentary film, American Maroon. It's long, but I really did enjoy it. But guys, again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, that's Larry, Lamont, and Eman, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.